Tonight, Central Iowa Sports Network presents.
Cole's going to get the call up the middle. He sees a seam. 10-5, touchdown Maroons. He's got a seam. 5-2-1, touchdown Valley Tigers.
Central Iowa Football, live from Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Central Iowa Football is brought to you by the Atlantic Bottling Company, CenturyLink, Central Iowa Football, live on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Central Iowa Football is also brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Shields. Are you ready for some football?
Good evening and welcome to Waukee High School for another night of football on CISN.TV. Dar Danielson here, along with Tony Edseti tonight, doing the color with us as we get ready for a big District 4 showdown. Fort Dodge coming in at 3-0, Waukee 3-0 in the district, Tony. And two teams looking, if you win here tonight, everything's in your hands. You got a game up and you have one final game in the district, and you settle your own fate. If you lose, then you got to wait for somebody else to help you out to get a chance to grab part of that district title.
Yeah, and Fort Dodge really kind of more in the driver's seat because of win over Waukee. Then they control things with Urbandale. But if they fail tonight, then all of a sudden that Urbandale game becomes big, and then Waukee is going to be the team that probably ends up as a district champion. But interesting season for Fort Dodge, 7-0. But everybody knows it. Even the Dodgers will tell you their schedule hasn't been that good. But the impressive thing, Dar, is they've beaten everybody like you're supposed to beat bad football teams.
They beat them. It's 31-17, the record of the teams that they've played, that's Waukee has played, while Fort Dodge, it's 12-37, the teams that they played. So there's a little difference there in, as you say, the competition, the teams you play. So does that put a little more pressure on Fort Dodge to try to come out and show, hey, we can play with the big boys, or just, they've been focused, keep playing like we've been playing all season?
I think Coach Matt Miller, who's been there a while, understands what's going on in Fort Dodge, understands the numbers aren't there, understands that he has players playing both sides of the football. Waukee does not. And what he wants to do is at least have this game within control in the first half. If they can jump out to a nice lead, then try to hold on. But that's halfway through the third quarter and fourth quarter, usually in these type of games, is a telling sign when a team like Waukee with the numbers and the one-way players usually put their thumbprint on a football game. If you're Fort Dodge, you want to try to stay close, especially here in the first half. Go in the locker room, reload, and try to come back with a little vigorous. Waukee, if you're them, you want to really jump early and really kind of make Fort Dodge, who hasn't been in a position to have to come from behind, be put in that position tonight, because basically Fort Dodge has controlled every football game they've been in so far this year.
Tonight's pregame brought to you by Core Power High Protein Milkshake, protein for everyday awesome. And let's talk about that. High power, when you talk about it, you got to first talk about the running back for the Dodgers, and he's been a lot of high power for him this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, Sam Cook's going to carry the load. He's carried for almost 1,500 yards, 21 touchdowns. Averages 11 yards a carry, but again, against a different competition he'll be faced tonight. Believe me, them front seven of Waukee tonight will know everywhere that Sam Cook is on the field. His number will not be not off the book. 41 will be the focus, and it's probably imprinted on all the Waukee faces. Keep an eye on him. But if they try too hard to focus on Sam Cook, Johnny Bice is a pretty darn good quarterback. He's passed for 1,150 yards. He's thrown 14 touchdowns, and he's got a favorite in Sam Kalashia, who's one of the top receivers in the state with nearly 700 yards in receiving yards. So they can burn you on both sides. They've got a little bit of balance on this offense. The question mark is on the other side of the football, though, Dar. Can Fort Dodge stop Waukee on the defensive side, where they have the tendency to give up some points? They did late against Indianola, and tonight they're going to really be tested against a very balanced Waukee offense too.
You talk about it, you got Firkin, Ray, Rose, and Penn. Sounds like a law firm, but it's actually the quarterback, back, and two outstanding receivers, and then you add in Michael Winger in there and Shutt, the tight end. So just a lot of weapons on offense for this Waukee team. We've seen it last week. Indianola pulls within 14-7, and then on the kickoff, Cade Penn takes it 99 yards for the touchdown. That shows his speed, gets to the outside, brings him right back. So explosive, a lot of explosive weapons on the Waukee side of the offense for in football.
The wind tonight won't play a ton of havoc. It was blowing north to south a little bit. The flag's kind of laid and a little bit limp. Now just a slight breeze out there, but we definitely have a difference in temperatures over the first 7 weeks of the season. Tonight it definitely is going to get down into the 30s by the time we get off this football field. So one of those crisper nights, really football night tonight here in Waukee.
Yeah, about 50 right now, and the weather report brought to you by ABC5 here tonight. About 50 degrees. You're right. It's cool, and it seems cool up here too in the press box. Even we're not moving around or anything, and you look at the top of the goalposts, and those flags there aren't moving a lot. The U.S. flag in the far side there moving just a little bit. So the breeze is fairly light here tonight, so that may not be as big a deal. The cold, we'll see how it goes. It's probably more when you come off the field and you're sitting over there and trying to keep yourself warm. If there's a long series where the offense is out there and your defense is sitting and get cold, then you come back out. That's where you start to see issues, I think.
Yeah, and it's senior night tonight for the Waukee Warriors. They announced all the seniors on this football team in front of their fans, and so they want to go their last home game, at least during the regular season, and go off in style here tonight and take off a very good defeat a very good Fort Dodge team, which, the reality is Waukee's the favorite. 5-2 record, fool you not. They got beat pretty soundly by West Des Moines Valley, but since then they played well. Their other loss was to Dowling Catholic, and that was late in that football game.
Yeah.
So, and Dowling Catholic, the defending state champs, and still now number one in the state in most every the pundits polls. So, I mean, they've played a tougher schedule. Johnston, they've been in the rankings, still are in the rankings as far as I'm concerned. Southeast Polk, they've played probably the toughest schedule of anybody in Central Iowa. They're in the rankings now, the way they finished down the stretch. And then, the likes of Urbandale, who was part of the rankings. So, tough schedule for Waukee, so a solid 5-2.
Well, tonight's key to the games is brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet. Let's talk about just a key for each of these teams. We touched on a little bit overall here, but a key for each of these teams tonight.
Well, for Waukee, it's to try to make Fort Dodge one-dimensional, whether they take the passing game or the running game. I'm thinking they're going to key on that running game. I think that front seven's going to try to slow down Cook. You can't have him have a breakout game. If he does, Fort Dodge can control the clock a little bit with him, running that football, and keep Waukee's offense off the field. For Fort Dodge, you want your offense on the field a little bit longer, win that time of possession battle, because if you're not, that defense is going to wear down when you have two-way players. So you kind of like the offense to control the game with Sam Cook. If you're Waukee, you want to change that philosophy and make Fort Dodge probably throw and stopping Sam Cook. It's my key to the game tonight, I think, on each side.
And one thing I'll throw in there that I throw in every game, it's turnovers.
Yeah.
If you take care of the football, we saw that against Dowling here at Waukee when they played them. A couple of short fields that Dowling ended up scoring on, and ended up being the last one that they scored on was the margin of victory. A 7-point game as Waukee, the time ran out on them as they tried to tie the game up here. They're coming out at center field. We'll see how the coin toss went and see what they decide here as we get ready to go.
Rick Gilson, old buddy. His brother-in-law is Miss Coach Carlson over at Waukee. Hey, coming in. You too.
So it looks like Fort Dodge will receive to start the ball game. Here they'll go on offense first and try to see if they could get something going here against the Waukee defense. And that has been one thing I think in doing these Waukee games I've seen. Their defense has gotten better, Tony, as we've moved through the season here. They've improved too. And because sometimes, you have that great offense, you have to try to outscore everybody. But the Waukee defense has played well so far this season.
Well, it'll be the best defense the Dodgers have faced all year. They're going to be wearing their road black trousers with the white top and the red numbers with black trim. Waukee with the white bottoms, the deep purple, looks like black from
almost
here.
Almost black,
tops,
doesn't it? Yeah.
With the white numbers.
And it'll be Skylar Crew to kick it off, and he'll kick it off to Fort Dodge. And back deep is
Cole Campen and Caden Preston are back
Caden
deep
Preston.
for Fort Dodge. Yep.
Campen and Preston.
First time to cover a Waukee football game. Been up here plenty of times for basketball, but I've always been somewhere else. This beautiful facility up here in Waukee.
Here we go, about ready to about ready to kick it off here and get started.
Waukee freshman won earlier tonight over Fort Dodge, 35-26.
Here's the kick. Taken about the 8-yard line. Up the left side. Got a seam. Up the far side. He could go. One man to beat. Pulls him down on the far side. Over there. Cole Campen on the return.
I don't know who it was across the way, but that was a touchdown-saving arm tackle down there on the far side of the field. But already Fort Dodge on the first possession of the football have already won a field position battle with Waukee here.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line into Waukee territory, as you said, to start this ball game. The Dodgers will come out. It'll be Johnny Bice, the quarterback.
And they're marching it back. There must have been a clip or a block in the back, so they're going to mark it back to about the 45.
45.
Yep.
Sam Cook, the tailback. The offensive line, Austin Gelhausen, Jonah Carvalho, Nick Sanford, Arion Perry, and Kit McCarville. To the right, one to the left. There's a handoff to Cook. Right up the middle, finds a seam, and he gets tripped up just as he gets close to the first down.
Drew Johnson on the stop, and that was a shoestring tackle, getting Cook as he got through that line of scrimmage. Picked up
9. Second and 1 from the 36-yard line of Waukee. Cook, the tailback, behind John Ice, the quarterback. 2 receivers to the left. There's a handoff to Cook. Finds a little tough going in the middle there as they stack him up, and he might have lost a little yardage there.
Yeah, Dominic Backham Lemvan was one of them right there on the edge, as well as he had a whole bunch of his teammates help him out at the end to finish that one off.
Loss of 2. Loss of 3, you'll call it. 3rd down and 4 at the 39. Cook moves up next to Bice. Now drops back. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Wings it into the slot man, and he drops it.
Oh, trying to make a move.
Trey Mosley. Yep.
Mosley trying to move before he had the catch. Looked at it, turned his head, and left it on the ground.
Saw a seam there and thought he had a little more running room to go, and he ends up dropping it. So going to end up being a 3 and out, looks like, for the Dodgers. Sam Cook will drop back to punt here. From Primrose back, there's a fake up the middle, down to the 20, and whipped around.
What a tackle by Cedric Dobbins. I mean, he tried to strip the ball away that time from Savion Poe, who made the fake punt run and gives Fort Dodge a first down. But, oh, my goodness gracious, Dobbins just about took his head off.
But Poe picks up the first down on the fake. And that moves it all the way down to the 20, about 16-yard pickup, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line here. Double backs now in the backfield for the Dodgers. Bice keeps it himself, looks, now throws across and throws it short for Santa Lasha out there. And goes incomplete.
He had him, kind of didn't really step into that one, short-armed it. The nose of that football went to the ground instead of having a chance. He had Kalachia if he would have just put a little bit of air under that ball.
Mosley Kalachia out to the left, single receiver to the right. In motion, they fake it, now hand it off to Cook up the middle. He's got some room, still driving there, and gets down to about the 15, where he'll get stacked up. They'll bring up a 3rd and 5 at the 15.
Yakovich on the stop for the Waukee Warriors that time, but Fort Dodge right now, 2 minutes plus already off the clock here in the opening quarter drive that started at the Waukee 45 and then the fake punt.
1 to the right, 2 to the left. Here comes man in motion, the slot. They fake it, give it to Cook again. Breaks through, over the right side, touchdown! 15 yards out, Cook on the run for Fort Dodge.
What a job by that offensive line. Kit McCarville, Arion Perry, Nick Sanford, Austin Gelhausen. I mean, he was not touched. He kicked it to the outside off the right side of that line, and he was untouched to the end zone.
Big hole there, 45-yard drive after the big return by Fort Dodge. So big plays early here. Then the fake punt, and they get it down and from 15 yards out.
Well, if you're Fort Dodge, this is exactly what you wanted to ride up. Take control a little bit in this first part of the game, at least win the field position advantage, and they did that with this drive.
And there's the PAT by Cook, and it's good, and that makes it 7-0 Fort Dodge here with 9:38 to play in the game. Let's see the replay of that touchdown run here. We'll go to the instant replay as they get set, and you'll see the handoff to Cook. And here he goes over the right side, wends his way through there, doesn't get touched and right into the end zone, as you see, for the touchdown. Fort Dodge on the board early. So the Dodgers making a statement. We may be the team that people think is easier to pull out right away here, Tony.
No, this is. I mean, I'm sure if there was a script Coach could have wrote, this is it. Get the good field position on the kickoff return. They did that, although they did come back 15 because of a penalty on the block in the back. But then they go right down the fake punt. So they're throwing the kitchen sink at it already. Special teams has come into play twice in this first quarter of this game, this first drive.
Dobbins, Penn, and Primrose back deep to receive for Waukee. It's a high kick right down the middle. It's going to be fielded, and it'll be taken there. Up across the 25, 30, 35, and pulled down. And number 24, I think, wasn't it?
Brett Herron with the carry, and on the stop was Willie Moritz for the Fort Dodgers.
So that's the play that Dowling used on that short kick against Waukee, and they fumbled one of those and ended up giving Dowling a short field, but this time it's fielded. Here comes Firkin, trips to the right. One receiver to the left is Rose. Ray behind him. Or no, that's Lineman behind him, I believe, in the backfield. And Lineman comes up. Now dropping straight back. Sends everybody out in the pattern. Finds Lineman in the flat. He'll turn it up. Get close to the first down. And he'd be right close to the marker.
It looks like about a gain of 8. Cook with the tackle, so Cook double duty right now for the Fort Dodge Dodgers with the first tackle of the game.
So 2nd and 1. Down the line, handoff to Lineman, looks for room outside, cuts it up, got a lot of room, across the 50, 45, 40, almost broke that through the line, but gets tripped up at the 38-yard line. So Lineman, a big run for the first down.
So here we go. Here's Fort Dodge's test. Their defense trying to slow down this balanced attack, and already Waukee with a quick pass for 9 yards and a big 16-yard run by Lineman.
Rose and Penn to the right. Now Ray in there, and he gets stacked up right at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, jumping in there was Kanan Harashida, and he's a lead tackle for the Fort Dodge Dodgers, and you can see fine, untouched, right up the middle there behind the center and the guard to get that tackle.
Reacted quickly to that and stopped him for no gain. 2nd and 10 at the 38. Rose wide left, Penn on the inside of him, Cade Penn. And they got shut, the tight end on the right side. Daniel Ray, the back of the backfield for Firkin, calls the signals. Here's the snap. Hands off to Ray. Ray over the left side, looking for some room. Still going and just muscles his way down to the 35-yard line. Picks up about 4. So good hard running there by Ray. And now they're going to bring in Winger.
Probably 2-down territory. You don't really have to throw here, I don't think, if you're Waukee. I think they're thinking this more of 2-down territory. We'll see which way they go.
Go to the 4-receiver package, bringing in Grodhouse and Winger. And there's a fake pressure inside and ripped down.
Sam Cook is one of them. Also in their big number 60, Keaton Jones, a 6'2", 235-pound junior. And that was a bear hug going on there with Firkin.
And Firkin looked to fake the handoff and then looked up, and there was Sam Cook bearing down on him. And so brings up a 4th and 10 at the 44 of Fort Dodge.
Right now, you don't want to give field position here. Good job. They're going to punt this one away and try to pin Fort Dodge back. Let's see if special teams comes into play for Fort Dodge as they send back Caden Preston, single safety back there, standing inside the 15.
Yakovich to punt for Waukee in that shield formation, and delay of game, I think, is going to be called on Waukee. The first penalty of the night goes against Waukee. So we're set to kick it again. Caden Preston back deep. Here's a high punt going toward Preston. He's going to let it bounce, and it gets a good Waukee bounce toward the end zone and downed at the 1 by Waukee.
I think a mistake that time by Preston. He had a chance to probably run up and catch it at around the 12-yard line, decided to run away from the football and let it hit, and it took a great bounce for Waukee, a nice soft bounce. And the special teams players were able to get back there and down it at the 1. So now Fort Dodge, where they had the ball on the Waukee side the first time, now they have their backs pinned to the wall.
And he had some room there, too, to put the hand up, get the fair catch, and give him a little better field position. But we'll see what they do here now.
Well, when you have Sam Cook the way he's run through that offensive line so far, Waukee's going to have to slow him down. There's no doubt. Let's see if they put 7 or 8 men in the box, and it looks like that's what they're going to do right now.
1st and 10 at the 1. 6:48 to play here in the first quarter. Fort Dodge leading 7-0. Held Waukee. Washed up the middle. Bice over the left side. Still going. Chasing him down, Primrose and Dobbins, and they get him up to the 50.
Wow.
Johnny Bice broke through the line and almost took it all the way, but it gets a 48-yard pickup on 1st and 10 at the 1.
Everybody's expecting Cook, and what a play call by head coach Matt Miller and his staff to just sneak Bice right off the left side of that line, and he was off to the races, man. Boy, great play call on 1st down back at the 1-yard line, and again, Fort Dodge in great field position.
1st and 10 at the 49. The Dodgers back out again. Twins to the left. Fumble! Looks like Waukee may be on it. We'll see. Bad handoff, and the Waukee Warriors have the ball.
Yep.
Miss handoff with Cook and Bice, and the Waukee fall on it, recovers the fumble. So the first turnover of the night.
And that's one thing you talked about, Dar, that turnover. And boy, after you come up with a big play, you're on the road, everybody thinks you're going to get beat, even though you're undefeated. You just don't want to make that mistake and take some wind out of the sail. And now Waukee with a chance to regroup here.
Waukee, 1st and 10 at the 46 of Fort Dodge. Firkin in there with Ray. Cade Penn wide to the left. It's Rose, or wide to the right, Rose to the left here for Waukee. Hands it off to Ray, looking for room over the left side. Stiff arms a man down and gets down to about the 40-yard line. Good hard run by Daniel Ray.
And Chris Kowalski with a great seal block over there on the left side of the offensive line, along with Eric Sorensen that broke that 5-yard run.
2nd and 5 at the 41. 5:56 to play here. Now Rosenpen wide to the right. And down the line, hand off to Lineman, who's in there now for Ray. He tries to get the corner, and he's going to get a couple yards. He had Jake Morrison leading the way out there out of the slot. It couldn't quite get that corner turn there, Lineman, and he'll pick up maybe 1, bring up 3rd and short.
Keaton Jones didn't make the stop, but he stretched that play out long enough to help his teammates get there. Pretty good speed there by the defensive end, getting out there and kicking that one way wide.
3rd and 1 at the 39 for Waukee. That's Morrison, the slot on the right, and there's a flag down. Timeout, Fort Dodge. So the Dodgers want to talk it over here as they take their first time out. 5:40 to play here in the game. Tonight's, in the first quarter, I should say. Tonight's game brought to you by G&L Clothing, a real clothing store with real people selling regular big and tall clothing for almost a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll in Des Moines.
Well, when the night began, Southeast Polk and Ankeny tied for the District 1 lead at 3-0. They will play each other next week. They're hoping to both win for that showdown next week in Southeast Polk. Dowling Catholic was leading Johnston on. Dowling Catholic came in 3-0 District 2. Johnston and Lewis Central at 2-1. The Maroons in control there. And in District number 3, Ankeny Centennial and West Des Moines Valley, they're vying for that district lead here tonight. with Des Moines Lincoln sitting back there at 2-1. And then, of course, right here tonight, Fort Dodge and Waukee. The winner takes the district lead outright after tonight's game is over. So here in District number 4 in Class 4A.
Already a lot of action in this first period. A big kickoff return up to the 45 for Fort Dodge. They took it into the end zone from 15 yards out on a Cook run. Then held Waukee down to their 1, got it out to the 49, but then fumbled it. Now Waukee has the ball back and in Dodger territory with a chance to get on the board here. Rose and Penn to the left. Daniel Ray behind Firkin, the quarterback. Takes it, hands it to Ray. Ray up the gut and gets hammered. He's going to be short of the first down there. Just got beyond the line of scrimmage. And bring up 4th and a long 2, looks like here. And looks like they're going to just stay in, Tony, and go for it. They bring lineman into the backfield. They've got Jake Morrison in there, the up back in the slot. Rose and Penn to the left. Penn's the inside guy, Rose the outside guy. Here's Firkin. 5:11 to play. Waukee trailing 7-0. Hand off to lineman, plows in. We'll see if he got it. He might be short. I don't think so. You're right.
I think he's about a half yard short.
Good stack up on the defense inside there. And I think Kit McCarville, the defensive tackle, was one of them that got in there and hit him and plugged up the hole, so they'll turn it over on downs.
Boy, Fort Dodge right now, we were wondering about their defense, and so far so good. As they forced the punt, they also stop them on downs. By the way, Urbandale jumps out over Marshalltown tonight, 13-0 game in the second quarter now. Keeping an eye on that football game. We'll try to keep you up with some other games as the night goes on as well.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line for the Dodgers with 5:04 to play. They get the ball back, leading 7-0. Bice down the line, flips it back the other way. It's going to be a pass out wide to Kalasha, and he catches it upfield. So already the
Cole Campin on the pass. Did I say that they were going to throw the kitchen sink at him earlier?
Yep.
This kitchen sink has definitely been thrown, and now they threw the washer and the dryer into the mix.
Cole Campin takes the pitch and throws a halfback pass up the field to Kalasha, and that gets into Waukee territory once again here for Fort Dodge. They've been close. They were to the 49 on that last drive before they fumbled it back to Waukee. Now they're into Waukee territory once again. 4:54 to play in the first quarter. Dodgers leading 7-0. The battle for first place in District 4. Here we go. Max Botholt is wide to this side, the bottom of your screen. Fort Dodge in white, dark uniforms. And there's a handoff to the on the kind of the jet sweep there, and ripped down is Jordan Yakovich on the tackle as Mosley came back inside and took the handoff.
So they're trying to keep Waukee honest here a little bit. You know, that flea flicker play, they run Mosley there. They had the quarterback keep for the big run. So right now, while everybody's attention's on stopping Cook, Fort Dodge is throwing a lot of different mixtures to keep Waukee honest on the defensive side.
Send a man in motion again. This time hand it back to Cook over the left side, pounding ahead, and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a tad more, but not much there. Give him
a long
give him a yard carried.
Well, still, I mean, we're only under the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter, and this game right now, kind of the way Fort Dodge, I thought, needed it to go. So far, so good. Waukee has gotten some yardage between the 30s, but their drives have stalled both times.
Here we go, and Cook on the handoff. Cook's cup across the first down.
If you're going to Cook, you better wrap him around the legs, because you get him. They got him high that time, and Cook had those legs still churning. The guy's a good wrestler. He knows how to keep those feet moving, man. And you got to get to those legs. That time, just some high tackling done, and that allowed Cook to scamper for the first down. 1st
and 10 now at the 34 for the Dodgers as he drives ahead. Cook. Johnny Bice brings him out. Sends 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Receiver in motion. Down the line, looking to throw, wings it out there to Kalasha and over his head as Primrose was out there on coverage.
Well, good pressure that time by Andrew Hoffman because he made that throw hurried a little bit that time. So a good job by Waukee putting the pressure. Is that Hoffman or maybe it was Jake Shutt? It might have been Shutt who was out there, 85.
But a good throw, really. He threw it out wide and hopefully his receiver could go at it. Didn't underthrow it and get it picked off.
Right.
Twins to the right now, one to the left for Fort Dodge. Johnny Bice, the quarterback, hands it off to the tailback, Cook, and he plows into the middle there. And tough sledding inside.
4 hard-earned yards, it looks like, maybe.
Batters away, yeah.
8 carries, 36 yards for Cook. He also has that fumble, but he did have a big touchdown run of 15 yards earlier. I'm going to give him 3 on that one, huh?
Brings up 3rd and 8 at the 32. Once again, Johnny Bice, 2 receivers right. Receiver comes in motion is Mosley, and we have a jump.
Something happened because that ball didn't get off the ground. It went to the feet that time of Johnny Bice, but it's going to go against Fort Dodge. So motion. First penalty on Fort Dodge and comes not at a real good time here and makes it 3rd and long. And again, in this field position, it could be 2 down territory. If you can pick up at least half of this, you might think of going for it. So you don't have to go for that first down marker. Take what they give you.
Twin receivers to each side now. Cook, the back, there with Bice. He steps up a little bit. Now he'll go sneak out the middle across the Bice, a little high. Almost. Groothouse, did he get it? No. Boy, it was tipped there. And then almost picked off. Drew Johnson, the safety, tipped it, and then Groothouse, the corner, almost was able to dive and come up with it. But it goes to 4th down, and Dodgers fans breathe a sigh of relief here, Tony.
That was a failed tip drill, but it was a tip drill.
Looks like they'll go into punt formation, try to pin Waukee back now. 2:09 to play. Clock stopped in the first quarter.
Bice is 0 for 4 tonight. The only completion is by Campen on the flea flicker.
Here's Cook. High kick. And they're going to let it bounce, and a good bounce, and they didn't see it. They just did not see it.
Botholt did not see the ball, and he's looking for it. By the time he saw it, it was too late. Touchback.
I don't know if he looked into the lights, but it bounced and touched back, so a good break there for Waukee with 2 minutes to play here. In the first quarter, they take over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard, trailing here, though, to Fort Dodge.
Well, Cook with 8 carries already, 35 yards unofficially. Mosley had that carry for 3 yards, and, of course, Bice on that keeper for 48 yards on his only carry. But Bice is 0 for 4 in the passing game. But Campen with the big 15-yard pass on the flea flicker, the only completed pass by Fort Dodge tonight.
So here comes the Waukee Warriors. They'll see if they can get something going. Trips to the short side of the field on the bottom of your screen here. And they send Groothouse in motion across the formation to the top. They look for Groothouse out there, hit him at the 25-30, all the way up across to the 34-yard line. So they put him in motion and found him some space out there in the flat. And they hit Groothouse. And he brings it up for the first down. 15th catch for Groothouse on the season. Here's Firkin again. Fakes a handoff. Looks down across and hits the tight end shot up at the 45. He falls ahead to the 47. So a couple quick chunks of yardage here. A couple of first downs for Waukee. And they're moving it ahead from their 20 out to the 47. 27-yard pickup.
Firkin 3 out of 3, 37 yards, 27 on this drive.
Firkin takes the snap. It's low. He's spinning now under pressure. Rolls out of it. He's got room up the left side. Fakes the pass. He'll keep going. And now goes out of bounds about the 40. So good action by Firkin. And you got that senior quarterback. Smart didn't try to throw it away. Saw he had the lane and came up the sideline. And then he ran out of bounds. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Waukee at the 40 of Fort Dodge. Again, they're trailing here in the first quarter, 1:25 to play, trailing 7-0. Trips to each side. Grotehouse now in motion across the formation. They wing it out to Grotehouse again. He puts a move on out there. Fakes out the defender up the right sideline. One man to beat Cook, and Cook shoves him out of bounds and saved a touchdown by Grotehouse.
Grotehouse, little step and go that time, and he kind of froze the defender, Cole Camp, and nearly broke it down the sideline, but Cook able to run him down, and with a game-saving tackle, as you said, Dar.
So 1st and 10. They've gone from their own 20 down to the Fort Dodge 20 here on this drive. 1:17 to play in the first quarter. In motion comes Cade Penn. They give him the inside handoff. Looking for him outside. Gets a block from Rose. Can he turn the corner into the 10 and knocked out of bounds? So Rose shut off that outside, and Penn got around there. Just couldn't quite get to the end zone. He scored on that last game here.
Where'd that play start from? Dar, I missed
They're on 20.
Okay.
So 1st and goal at the 8. In motion is Rose. Fake the handoff to him. Give it to Ray with the left side. Carries a man down to about the 3-yard line.
Tackle made by Jonah Benson Carvalho.
Pickup of, 5? They're going to spot it at the 3. Yep, gain of 5. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Waukee looking to get on the board and tie this up. They'll bring Penn and Rose to the left. They got Jake Morrison in the slot on the right. Line him in the back in the back, and there's a jump. And
Dakota Stencil, I think, on that left side jumping across, or is it number 60? Keaton Jones is the one who jumped off.
So half the distance to the goal. We'll put it down at the 1-yard line for Waukee, the Warriors. Clock rolling, 33 seconds to go. That's Lineman behind Firkin. Penn in motion. Fakes it. No, gives it to Penn. He cuts up inside. Touchdown. Cade Penn, a 1-yard touchdown run. With 25 seconds to play here in the first quarter, Waukee on the verge of tying it up on the Cade Penn run. A lot of motion there. They had Lineman. They bring Penn back across the formation, give it to him, and he wound his way into the end zone over the right side. And that'll bring out Skylar Crew for the extra point. He's 25 of 27 on the season for the PATs. So it didn't take them long to rush down the field with that drive, Tony.
No, a couple nice passing plays. They got Firkin in motion, and they took advantage of it.
So 80-yard drive. PAT is good. We're tied up at 7 apiece here in this District 4 matchup. Let's go back to the replay and take a look at that touchdown here. As you see him getting lined up, ready to go. And they had Lineman and Penn. You'll see on the left side of your screen, he'll come in motion and take the handoff. There it is. Just cuts back to his left and into the end zone untouched. As you see the replay there here on CISN.TV. Thanks to Steve Dickinson running the controls and Dan Dickinson the camera tonight here. And
little halftime score, Urbandale 13, Marshalltown nothing at the break. By the way, Xavier, who ended Iowa City Regina's winning streak last year, number 2 in 3A, taking on number 1 in Class 1A, 7-7 with 6:56 left in the first quarter in that ball game. Iowa City Regina, amazing what they've done over the years.
Tonight's ball game brought to you by Learning RX, brain training and cognitive skills testing, helping children think, remember, learn, and learn better. Learning RX at 4949 West Town Parkway, Suite 160, and 1205 North Ankeny Boulevard. Learning RX, one of our sponsors for tonight.
Jaguars on top of Valley in the first quarter, 3-0 on a field goal, so they jump out.
And here's the kickoff by Crew. They're going to keep it short this time, and fair caught over there by Keenan Harichetta. As that time they decided not to kick deep and risk a big return that they got the first time, and that brings the ball a good field position though for Fort Dodge. And we'll see how they respond now, Tony. Here, Waukee weathered the early blow, fell down, and Fort Dodge now with the game tied. We'll see what they come back with here.
Yeah, right now, I mean, this kind of what we expected in the first half, a tight ball game, and Fort Dodge kind of was able to control things for the most part, kind of stalled in their last drive for an opportunity to really put some pressure on Waukee.
Here's a snap handoff to Cook. He's looking for room, but it just stacked up right in the middle there. And
no gain there.
no, Jake shot in there along with Dominic Limvan.
Cook had that 15-yard touchdown run in the first carry. It was for 9 yards, so there's 24 yards. He's got 35 yards on 9 carries, 24 on 2 of them. So Waukee's really done a great job of controlling Sam Cook as we come to the end of the quarter.
And that's the end of the first period. We're tied up here 7-7 in this District 4 matchup as these two teams looking to take sole possession of District 4 tonight. Halftime score, Urbandale 13-0 over Marshalltown.
Ballard on top of Nevada, 15-0. Another Central Iowa score to pass along. Top 10 battle tonight, Harlan and Glenwood. Glenwood undefeated, and it's 7-7 at the first half, and that one at the end of the first quarter.
Tonight's ball game brought to you by Atlantic Bottlers, distributors of Core Power, a natural high-protein drink. Gatorade, hydrates better than water. Dasani water, the pure delicious taste of Dasani water. Atlantic Bottlers right here in Waukee, Iowa, our sponsor for tonight. Also, Bob Oliver Heating and Cooling. Our goal is to deliver the best customer service with over 20 years and 4 generations of professional service. Bob Oliver Heating and Cooling, 115 12th Street, West Des Moines. There might be a few people calling Bob Oliver as he flip on those furnaces tonight, Tony. Figure out if they're working or not with this cool weather.
Yeah, it's getting a little chilly. Let's see what Fort Dodge does as they start the second quarter in a tie game between two teams battling for the top of District 4.
Send a man in motion, then hand it to Cook, and he's just stacked up in the middle. But now he rips away. Got out of the hands of Shot there as he kept moving forward. And he's got good size. You got to wrap him up and get him down. But he kept the momentum forward and picked up 3 when it looked like he was going to be stopped.
We had absolutely nothing there. He just kept those legs churning, and they were grabbing at his jersey, and he was able to get something out of nothing.
Kalasha and Mosley to this left side. One receiver wide to the right. It's Botholt. There goes man in motion. Is Mosley. Rolling to his right, looking, throws across the middle and dropped by Botholt, as he had to come back for that under heavy pressure.
Grotehouse with a good hit just as that ball was getting to the hands. It was pretty close there. Botholt went to the catch, and Grotehouse made a hit just as the ball got to him.
So that brings up a 4th down and 7, and looks like the Dodgers will have to give it back here. They'll send Primrose back Waukee.
We might be tied, Dar, but can you feel the pendulum kind of changing a little bit?
Momentum has changed a little bit, After the first early blows and plays, that fumble, I think, was a big momentum changer there. This one bounces and rolls straight sideways out at the 30-yard line. And that's where Waukee will take over. That's where, so they go from the 30 to the 30, and Waukee will take over. You're right, Tony. It was kind of all Fort Dodge there in the early going, and then, they got that ball up to the 49, fumbled it, and then it just kind of switched back to Waukee, and then they got that drive together.
Well, they even made that 4th down stop on downs against Waukee, which gave him the ball back, but then Waukee bent a little bit and made that big stop, and since then, Waukee's taking control of this football game.
Here comes Firkin. Has Penn here on the bottom of your screen to the short side of the field. Rose wide to the left. They'll wing it out there to Rose. Rose takes it and gets up. Pretty good pickup. 4 or 5 there. We'll see. They're going to mark it at the 34, I believe. Pick up a 4 on that pass.
Who was that to?
That was to Rose. They're going to call it a 3-yard pickup to Rose on the pass. Rose is out here to the right now with Cade Penn.
I've got Firkin 5 out of 5 for 62 yards so far, unofficially. I may have missed something here and there, so hold on to you.
I haven't seen a miss yet. Here's Firkin throws it out to Rose again on the other side. They same play the other way, and he keeps moving. He's going to be close to the first down, just probably a yard shy there. And Solomon Clayton, one of the tacklers in there. And here we go. 3rd and 2 at the 38. Race single back, 2 receivers left. And Cook kind of sneaks up in there. The linebackers sneaking up in there like they were going to blitz on this. Kind of sneaking up toward the line. We'll see what they do. Fake. Yep, give it to Ray. And Ray might have the first down. It's going to be real close.
It looks like the official standing right on the 40, which is just about where you have to be for the first down.
Yep. They put the nose of the football right on the 40, just across the 40-yard line there. As you can see.
And they're going to call officials timeout to go for the measurement here.
Measure it. The ball was just rolled out. The punt rolled out right ahead of the 30-yard line, so I think they may have it just by a little bit there. We'll see here.
Maybe a couple lengths of that football.
Well, and the nose of the football, right where the stripe comes there, they got it. So a few inches, he picks up the first down. 10-12 to play in the first half. Tie ball game, 7-7. Brings up a 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line for the Waukee Warriors here at home. Trying to get their first lead of the game after trailing early. Looking to his left, throws it out there, hits Penn off his hands, picked off on the rebound by Fort Dodge, off the hands of Penn. And let's see who got that. Might have been Campen, we'll see.
Wow. Caden Preston.
Number
30 is
30. Caden Preston on the interception. That would be his third of the season. And a big momentum switch again. Turnovers here, Tony.
Yeah, and that was not the fault of Firkin that time. He hit his receiver in the hands. It jumped up in the air, and Preston, look what I found, interception. And now Fort Dodge with great field position at the Waukee 38-yard line to start this drive. Now the thing is for Fort Dodge, you got to make, if you want to have a shot in this game and make a statement, you got to get something on the board here.
And it'd be nice, they'd like to grind it out probably a little bit, take a little time off the clock and pound it in there.
Ooh.
Receiver comes in motion, rolling, back the other way, throws it out there to Cook. Cook catches 30, cuts it back inside, 25, 15. And a nice running, nifty running by Cook. Caught the ball and took it back inside, showed some great footwork.
25-yard catch and pass and catch that time, and that's Bice's first completion. And Cook, my goodness, he's a freak.
He can do everything, can't he?
Yes, he was slicing and dicing through that one.
1st and 10, receiver in motion, hand off to Cook, and he plows through the middle there. He's going to get a couple as they sit.
He's earning his yards on the ground tonight. Waukee definitely made the focus on that defense to watch what 41's done. He's going to get a few big plays, but so far they've held him to that 15-yard touchdown run and that first gain of 9. The rest of them have been about 2 yards at a time.
They got Kalacha wide to the left. Cook behind Bice, 2 receivers to the right. Slot to the left. Here comes receiver in motion. They're going to fake it. No, they give it to Cook. Oh. Cook still going and plows his way down, stretches out, and picks up maybe 3 or 4.
He's down at about the 6-yard line.
6-yard line. So it brings up 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 here for the Dodgers. 8:35 to play first half. We're tied 7-7. Dodgers trying to turn an interception into some points here. Send one man wide to the right, one to the left. And Cook has got the ball. He takes a direct snap, looking for the left side, plows ahead, and he's got the first down. The ball's loose, looks like. And we'll see. Looks like it might be a turnover down there. And no, Waukee has it. So Cook took the direct snap, goes down, and now they fumbled it.
Boy.
Second fumble of the night. And turns it over to Waukee at the 6-yard line. He would have had the first down. And sometimes when you're still rumbling, fighting for yardage, they stand you up and can poke that ball out.
Yep.
And he gets stood up and they strip him of the ball. And here comes Waukee back with the ball. At the
1 yard
line.
By the way, Pleasantville, number 4 in the state in Class A, 7-0 deficit at the half against Mount Air tonight.
Here's Firkin dropping back, looking, throws it up the left sideline, has Rose, has a step on his man, catches it, and ripped away. Oh. Good defensive play out there. Kalasha ripped it out of his hands. Nice pass, but a good defensive reaction by Kalasha to rip it out of the hands, and it goes incomplete.
And again, another great play call from the Waukee bench. Scott Carlson and his staff back at the goal, just like the quarterback keeper. Everybody thought Cook was going to get it for Fort Dodge. They tried that home run ball from the end zone. Great play call.
Had the man open, but Kalasha made a great defensive play on that. And here we go. Waukee 2nd and 10 at their own 1-yard line. 8:01 to play here. Firkin back there down the line. Hands it off to Ray. Gets some room over the left side. Plows ahead, and he's going to get close to the first down. Looks like
Looks like he's about a half a yard short, maybe.
Yep. But a good run gets him out of trouble there. Makes it 3rd and 1 at the 11. Cade Penn in motion. They give it to Penn over the left side. He breaks it across, got the first down. Still going, slips a tackle up to the 30, 35, 40. 2 men to beat there, and he's knocked out of bounds by Caden Preston. So Cade Penn gets tackled by Caden Preston, but not before he gets it up all the way down to the 36 of Fort Dodge.
53-yard scamper. Boy, he was stopped for a gain of about 5 or 6. He had the first down, and then he just took off. And you know what? If he could have just slowed down a step when he got near midfield, he had 3 blockers just to his left and behind him.
Yeah, let him get there and then get
then he had a chance
inside
to really break it open, but he did it all on his own.
Easy to say when we're looking at it up here, though,
yeah.
isn't it? Firkin fakes it, looks down the field, throws back across. Man wide open, lineman! Touchdown, Waukee! 37-yard touchdown to lineman from Firkin.
That Firkin hit just as he threw. Good job by the defender for not plowing him into the ground. And that one was right on the money to lineman.
So Waukee scores a 37-yard touchdown here. And we get the kick. We'll look at a replay of that. And I don't know if he slipped out of the backfield. I think he did. And everybody was looking to the right, and he just kind of went over there to the left all alone. And all he had to do was catch it. Sometimes those are the hardest ones when you're standing out there alone, Tony. And
yeah.
Kick
he
is good.
He threw that one off his back foot because he was getting hit just as he threw that football.
Let's see the replay here. Lineman is the tailback there. And we'll watch him. He'll sneak out to the left. All the action is to the right. He fakes the handoff, slips through, goes out to the left. As you see, all alone, catches the ball about the 15 and just waltzes into the end zone for the touchdown. And Waukee leads 14-7 here with 7:11 to play in first half. Their first lead of the ball game. So the counter punch by Waukee. They have the momentum. And again, the fumble costly for Fort Dodge,
yes,
Tony.
Second fumble of the game for Cook. The first one didn't cost him. Fort Dodge's defense Waukee on downs that time, but this last time, after Fort Dodge gets the big break with the interception and gets great territory at the Waukee 30 at the 30, the fumble at the goal line just devastating for Fort Dodge. That's their third opportunity inside that 30-yard line and inside the goal line to have a chance to score, and only one of them have come up on the board for them. So they've left some opportunities on the field, and that time the Warriors make them pay after the fumble.
So that drive, 99 yards. They went 80 yards on their first scoring drive, and now they're up 14-7 here over Fort Dodge. Here comes the kick. Short kick again, bounces at the 15 and is picked up back there. Now looking for some room, and he's going to be snowed under.
There's a ball loose again.
It looks like it is loose again.
And Waukee's acting like they might have had another fumble here. Let's see. No, they're going to give it to Fort Dodge.
Ooh. And looked like Bodholt that time had it down there. And Preston recovered. But I wonder if the cold weather might be impacting that just a little bit, making that ball a little cold and slick. And although they're wearing gloves, though.
Yeah, he picked it up and was kind of lackadaisical. On the kickoff return, you better know what you want to do with that football. And he kind of danced around there, and he met a whole lot of Warriors who went after that football and him at the same time, and they got it loose. But luckily for Fort Dodge, not their third turnover. They recover it, and they'll have the ball, but not in very good field position.
So here come the Dodgers. It's in Trey Mosley and Botholt. Looks like out to this left side. Johnny Bice, the quarterback, wings it out there to the right side. That's Kalasha out there on the right side. And he gets not a bad pickup on first down, maybe
8 yards.
8 yards, we'll see.
Kalasha came into the game with 28 receptions for 670 yards, nearly 24 yards a catch and 7 TDs. Tonight, his second catch, totaling 23 yards on his 2 catches.
So he's over there with Bowser on the left side. It's Mosley and Botholt to the right side. Mosley, Botholt to the left side. And there's the Kalasha again. He catches it. He's going to be up for the first down, I believe. Yep. And he'll get 3, I think, on that. 1st and 10 for Fort Dodge at the 27. 6:30 to play here first half. Fort Dodge now trailing 14-7. And trips to the left now. Cook in the backfield with Bice. Fakes it to Cook, throws it across the middle.
Oh!
Bowser has it. 50, 40, 35, 30. Pulled down from behind by Grotehouse and Primrose. But they caught Bowser right over the middle with it. And a big play takes it all the way down.
47 yards.
To 25. So Fort Dodge back in business here in Waukee territory.
Safety bit, tried to go for the interception. Nobody back there to get him, and Bowser able to break it away for that one. There was a mistake going after that football.
Twins to each side. They throw it out here to Botthole. He cuts inside and is ripped down from behind by Shutt, but not before he picks up big yardage there on first down. 5:43 to play here in the first half.
Well, after 5 incompleted passes by Bice, he's now completed his last 5 passes for a total of 80 yards, and Fort Dodge on the move here again.
They start that back at the 18, was it?
16.
16. Twins to each side again. Here's Bice. Fakes to Cook. Throws it out to Bothold again. He makes a move, then cuts inside. It is ripped down from behind by Shutt, but not before he gets down to the 10 and a first down. It'll be first and goal for the Dodgers. Grotehouse tackling him.
Well, we've seen Fort Dodge in this position a couple of times. They've only got the one score, the 15-yard run by Cook. They fumbled at the 1-yard line last time they got here in the red zone.
Twins to each side. Cook, the back, set up on the left side with Bice. Fakes it to Cook, throws to the left side. Touchdown, wide open. Trey Mosley. They bid on the fake, and Trey Mosley just waltzed into the end zone. All he had to do was catch it. A 10-yard touchdown pass, and we're on the verge of tying this one up.
Wow, that didn't take long. 2 minutes and 9 seconds, and Fort Dodge gets this thing nearly to even.
Bice to Mosley. On the pass. 5:02 to play here in the first half. And extra point here would tie it up. A.J. Ruge in to attempt the PAT. Kicks it, a wobbler, but it goes through. And we're tied 14-all.
It looks pretty on the scoreboard, but it wasn't with the eyeball sight.
Let's go back and take a look at that pass play here on the replay. Here's the setup, and you see Ruge on the left side there. He just goes straight to the corner. Nobody goes with him, and there it is, all alone in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Man, when you got a special player like Bice, like Sam Cook, everybody sold out for the run that time.
Yeah, they were all
red
thinking
zone, and
just a little fake to him, and boom. And, credit Bice. You look up, and there's your guy standing all alone there. He just threw it right to him, and what a nice play for the touchdown, and we're tied at 14-all, and this is the game you hope for when you're playing for the lead in the district with one game to go, Tony. So far, Fort Dodge has answered now. Waukee looked like they had the momentum, but now it's swung back to Fort Dodge, and now we'll see what Waukee can do coming back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is what Fort Dodge kind of wanted. This is what we kind of talked about in the pregame. We thought this first half would be a little bit of a battle. Now, Fort Dodge wants to get to this half, at least in this position, if they can, and then kind of
hang
get
close.
hang close with the guys going two ways. But Waukee, you know they're going to keep coming at him, and the quarterbacks right now have taken over the game. Firkin's done a great job for Waukee. The interception was not his fault, and all of a sudden, Bice, after missing on his first
Squibber kick picked up at the 30, rolling around up to the 35 and brought down at the 36. So both these teams a little wary of kicking it deep here and kind of giving up that short stuff. And now Waukee will take over. So let's see, you said 16, so that was a 84-yard drive for Fort Dodge.
Some big drives, some big offenses here tonight, and they've been putting it to the test. By the way, how about Ankeny Centennial? They now lead 6-0. Couple field goals by Johnny Banta.
Inside reverse motion, Firkin keeps it and goes out to the outside, and he'll pick up the first down. So little cross
mark him about a yard short.
Looks like he stepped out. Yep, stepped out about the 45. A little crossbuck action, and then Firkin kept it. So you said Centennial was up early?
Yeah, 6-0 over Valley in the second quarter.
All right. 4:51 to play here in the first half. We're knotted at 14 as Fort Dodge just got on the board. Here's Firkin. Shutt comes across the formation, takes it up the middle, blocking for Ray. He gets a first down, breaks free, spins around, gets all the way down to the 44. Looked like they had him stopped, but takes it from the 44 down, from his own 44 to the Fort Dodge 44. 1st and 10 for Waukee as they come right back. Two receivers left, one right. Dropping back, looking for Rose, cutting across, knocked down, almost picked off. What a play. To go up high was Kanan Hiracha, and there's a flag down, though. And we'll see what that call is.
Hiracha was right there. What a nice leaping attempt to try to knock that down. The leading tackler for the Dodgers coming into this football game, and boy, he just about had himself a pick there.
Rose came down and went to the post, and Hiracha dropped it. Now the officials talking it over out there. Looks like it's going to go against Fort Dodge. Personal foul against Fort Dodge.
It's been a pretty clean game penalty-wise. Really? That's the first big penalty other than on the opening kickoff there where we had a 10-yarder for a block in the back. Another score from Central Iowa to Winterset leads over Atlantic 34-0. That's at the halftime mark in that football game.
Here we go. Firkin drops back, looking for Penn. Penn down and out. Now he goes deep toward the end zone. Penn, and he's just going to throw it long, throw it away. He was all over. Kalacha was all over him.
Yeah. And I almost think if there was a play there, Penn might have gotten called for a little offensive pass interference because he did extend his arms to get some extension there, but the ball ended up out of bounds and harmless. So the referee, good job of not pulling the flag out.
So Firkin waited and waited for him to break open and then saw that wasn't going to happen, so he just threw it wide. So now they got Winger, Grodehouse, and Penn to the right, Rose wide to the left. Here comes Grodehouse in motion across the formation. Dropping back, looking for Rose, the end zone, toward the post, and a little long, just over the head of Rose. He was double covered there, and Firkin made sure that it was far enough that it wasn't going to be picked off, but they went to that post route again.
Yeah, Kalacha and Preston were on the coverage that time, but they were beaten. Rose had him by a step and a half. A little bit more error on that football and a chance for Rose to run under it, but not an opportunity on that line drive throw that time.
Stops the clock, 4:16 to play, first half. There's a fake to Ray. Cross to Rose again, and this time he's got coverage by Kalacha all over him.
Yeah, good note. I don't think that was great coverage that time. The pass was off the line. Rose had no chance to get to that football, and it falls now to a 4th and 10. Go-for-it situation for Waukee, tied at 14.
Yeah, they're at the 29. We saw Skylar Crew make a 40-yard field goal, his longest of the season. So they're, 39, you'd be, 46 yards away, a little too deep for his range. So they're going to go for it here. 4th and 10 at the 29. Dropping back, Firkin, looking. Looking for the receiver to break open. Now he'll run. Stops, throws back across, gets his man Rose.
Oh, wow.
Hits Rose at about the 13-yard line. What a good scramble and patience by the senior quarterback Firkin that time to wait for Rose to get open.
Boy, the Dodgers just, you can tell that front is gassed. Look at them guys. They're bending over at the knees. They did everything they could. Rose able to scramble. Great job by the offensive line for the Waukee Warriors, who did not allow any pressure on Rose and allowed him to wait. When you're in the secondary and they've given that much time, it's tough to stop a catch like that.
Two receivers, Rose and Pan. Fakes it to Ray, looking for Rose out there again. Hits Rose, and he juggles it and drops it. Yep. Flag down in the end zone, though. And we'll see what happened there. It was Cade Penn battling back in the secondary a little deeper. So that's about the fourth straight pass he's thrown at or to Rose. And
there is a flag back there, and
yeah.
I don't know what the call is, though.
Interference offense.
Offensive
so
pass interference.
Maybe Cade Penn pushed off as he made his break in the back of the end zone there. Unless they called that on Rose up a little higher, but it was in the end zone. That's back in the area where Penn was running the deep route. Brings up a 1st and 25 at the 29. 3:37 to play. We're knotted up at 14-all here. This District 4 contest for the sole lead in District 4 here tonight on senior night at Waukee. And it's been a back and forth affair. Fort Dodge scoring first, Waukee answering with 2 scores, then Fort Dodge coming back to tie it up here.
I have Firkin right now, 8 out of 14 for 121 yards. He does have that interception, but it was not his fault. It was off the receiver's hands, and he also has that 37-yard touchdown strike to Linneman in the ball game. At the start of the game, he was 6 for 6. In the last 7 passes he's made, he's 2 out of the last 7.
Linneman into the backfield now. They hand it off to him over the right side. Scoots up ahead and is going to get back a few yards. And pick up of a couple by Linneman. Clock running here, 3:16 to go. First half.
Two teams battling for the District 4 lead, and they're going to have a whole half to try to decide. It's still knotted at 14 apiece, Dar, so a lot of football to come here.
Now they're stopping the clock, and the officials are discussing something. They're talking about the spot of where it was, because they're looking to the sideline. They had that penalty which brought it back.
They can't fix something you've already marked off. That it's too late. It's a play's gone. They should have. They can't fix something. I think they marked off a 15-yard penalty, and it should have been maybe 10.
10, yeah, on the interference.
But there's nothing you can do after the
play's
the
ball. After the ball snapped, then it's over. Yeah, you have to. And maybe they're explaining that to the coaches over there.
I mean, if that's what happened, sorry, Coach, but, you know.
I'll tell you, while we're waiting, tonight's ball game brought to you by CenturyLink, the official internet provider of CISN.TV. Act fast and download even faster on CenturyLink. And you can go to CISN.TV, see the Johnston game tonight, the Valley game, our game, and also you can hear the audio from the Dowling game tonight. So a lot of games going on here. And they're trying to sort this out, and I think you may be right, Tony, that
yeah, I can understand that they question what happened, but it's a play too late. You got to make that call before that. I don't think the officials can fix what's already been broken, and that was a misplacement of the football by about 5 yards.
After you restart play and snap it, then there's nothing you can do about it. But so here comes the officials, and they're going to just say it'll be second down and 23 at the 28.
Well, the Dodger fans yelling for their defense. The Warrior fans hoping the offense can find a way to get to pay dirt.
Twins to each side. Line them in the back of the backfield. Dropping straight back, looking, throwing it over to Rose! Touchdown!
What a catch.
Touchdown, Rose! 28 yards.
Wow.
Firkin to Rose. With 3 minutes to play, Waukee goes back up here in the second quarter.
And I believe that was Alec Crimmins, the safety, the corner coming over there. He just missed getting there on time to knock that football away instead of touchdown.
Perfectly thrown to Rose. And those two have hooked up quite a bit on the season. And for Rose, that's his 7th touchdown of the season. Here's the PAT is good. And that makes it 21-14. Let's look at the replay of that pass. Here we go as we get it queued up. And you see Rose to the left side there. Dropping straight back, looking to him. He goes straight to the corner there, straight down the field, and the beautiful pass over the top of the defender. And it's a touchdown. Firkin to Rose, 28 yards, and the PAT puts up Waukee 21-14 here with 3 minutes to play in the first half.
All right, now Firkin 9 out of 15 for 149 yards and 2 touchdown passes, a 37-yarder to Linneman, and now that 28-yarder to Rose. As for Fort Dodge quarterback Johnny Bice, he started out 0 for 5. He's hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of his last 7 out of 12 for 95 yards, including a touchdown pass to Mosley in the last drive for Fort Dodge. So the two quarterbacks are doing a pretty darn good job tonight here for each team.
Where did they start that drive, Waukee?
Their own 36.
36.
64-yard drive.
64, okay. Well, Fort Dodge will get it back with 3 minutes to do something.
Well, we had 7-7 for the first quarter. In the last 4 minutes, we've had 3 scores.
Here's a high loop at the 23. Over the right side, looking for some room up to the 37-yard line. And trying to see that
I think it was 23, Damon Lochner.
Damon Lochner, yep. I was trying to pick that number up. It was Damon Lochner. Yep, man. So the Dodgers first and 10 at their own 37. And hang on, folks, who knows the way it's been going here.
Well, here's Cook tonight coming in with an 18.5-yard per carry, 11.5 yard per carry average. Tonight, 13 carries for 47 yards, and he's also fumbled the football twice. A couple of times. He did have the one 15-yard touchdown run in the opening drive for the Fort Dodge Dodgers.
And the first one, I might give him half a fumble because I think there was a little bit of an exchange issue with that with the quarterback. Yes. The second one was down here toward the goal line. Where
fighting for that extra yard. It never fails.
Twins to the left, one receiver to the right for Bice. Whips it out there to the side man, and he's going to be pulled down. Mosley. Yep. Gets about 6 yards on the pickup.
8 straight completions now for Bice. Most of them the short version. He has thrown a couple of them downfield.
2nd and 6 at their own 41, the Dodgers. They send Kalasha to the left. Mosley, one of the 2 receivers to the right. There's a handoff to Cook, looking for room. Still going, and he's going to be stacked up there after getting a couple.
Yeah, he's getting 2 at a time right now. After that first couple of runs, Cook has been really stymied as far as any big play opportunities. The Waukee front 7 have done a great job up there.
Credit Jacob Wiggins, Josh Wandera, Dominic Limvam, and Jake Schutt shutting it down inside the running game here of Sam Cook. They got Kalasha and Mosley to this side. They send Botholt wide to the left side. Here's Bice. In motion is Mosley. Hands off to Cook. He's trying to get through there, wends his way through, but he's going to be short of the first down by a couple yards.
Yeah, let's look at his last, since he's had a carry of 3, 0, 0, 3, 2, 5, 2, 2, and 2. I mean, it's been harder in yards now for Cook. Waukee's done a fantastic job against one of the best in the state this season.
1:24 to play here. They're going to punt. They'll send Primrose back deep at his 19. And they're going to run this clock down as far as they can. Play clock down to 8.
They have faked it before. Let's see what happens.
Cook booms it deep. And Primrose going back. Lets it bounce to the 20, and it bounces out at about the 15 or 16. We'll see where they mark it. Oh, he's going to take it at the 13, I guess. I thought it bounced out a little earlier than that, but.
Oh, what do you know,
Yeah,
Dar?
What do I know? Heck.
I thought the same thing you did. I thought it went out
early, but guy on the skips is a little closer to it down there, so we'll go with what he said. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Godfather's Pizza. We make pizza the way it was meant to be. Incredible crust, delicious veggies, hearty meats, and 100% cheese. Godfather's Pizza. So by the Better Business Bureau. The Better Business Bureau is a leader in marketplace trust. Before you choose to hire a business, check with the Better Business Bureau.
Adam Rose, 4 catches, 53 yards, including a touchdown reception of 28 yards to lead the Waukee Warriors receiving corps.
Penn in motion, takes the handoff inside, looking for room outside, and is pulled down right at the line of scrimmage.
That was a good tackle by Cole Campen, 6'2", 185-pounder. Little arm tackle right there on the sideline for basically a 2-yard gain.
It seems like Firkin is, on that last drive, exclusively locked into Rose for the most part, Tony. About 6 passes. It worked. I mean, he got the touchdown there. But we'll see what they do here. Under a minute to play, 35 seconds. Clock is rolling.
You don't want to make a mistake here if you're Waukee. You're up 7. You're at home.
Yeah, but you have a senior quarterback, too, who hope, you don't want to do anything too wild, but we'll see. They're going to hand off to Ray. He breaks through the middle, gets pulled down. Just looked like he got maybe
6 yards.
Did he get the first down? Nope, going to be short. Going to be third down. They may not get another playoff. They may just let it wind down. I think they are.
Yep.
So it'll end the first half, which has been a wild first half. 21-14. Waukee up here. Ball game brought to you by Shields Sporting Goods at 101 Jordan Creek Parkway and the Jordan Creek Mall. Equipment and apparel for all your sporting adventures at Shields. Also by Schottenkirk Chevrolet. Exceptional people and exceptional experience for you. Always the power at price. Schottenkirk Chevrolet, 755 West Hickman in Waukee. Well, let's first take a look at some of the scoring here and tell you how it went, and then we'll look at more some of the stats that Tony has there on the overall numbers. Fort Dodge got it started. They came out and had a big kickoff return that took it down to the 45-yard line of Waukee. They ended up scoring 15 yards out. Cook on the run with 9:38 play in the first quarter. The PAT was good, and Fort Dodge was up 7-0. Took all the way near the end of the first quarter before Waukee got on the board. It was a handoff to Cade Penn. He went 1 yard from 1 yard out with 25 seconds to play in the first quarter. That made it 7-7. Waukee then got back on the board. They were stopped down at their 1 yard line after the fumble, right? And they had it at the 1.
Yes.
And after the fumble, they stopped Fort Dodge, forced the fumble at the 1, took it 99 yards, with the result being a 37-yard pass from Firkin to Lineman out of the backfield, and it made it 14-7 with 7:11 to play in the first half. 5:02 to play. It was Bice to Mosley from 10 yards out, wide open there, and that made it 14-14 after an 84-yard drive by Fort Dodge. Waukee came right back, put together a 64-yard drive. Most of the passes going to Rose in the final one from 28 yards out into the left corner of the end zone. Firkin to Rose, and that PAT was good. That made it 21-14, and Waukee on top. Well, kind of what you said, Fort Dodge, you want to stay close, and they have here so far, Tony. I mean, they're down a touchdown here, but they've also shown that they can score on Waukee, and they've shown they can stop them on defense at times. Just when you look at it, two fumbles, very costly for Fort Dodge here, the turnovers.
Well, the keys of the game, we said, what Waukee to do? They got to take something away. They've taken away Sam Cook, and that was the big key. We talked about that in the pregame. Now on the other side, we wondered how Waukee would adjust with their balance. Firkin had a good start to the first half. He was 6 of 6 for 68 yards, and he threw that interception. It really wasn't his fault. It went off the hands of the receiver. Then he had like 6 of his next 7 passes were incompletions. But that one completion was a 37-yard touchdown strike, and then he ended up with a couple more completions down the stretch. 149 yards on 9 out of 15 from the air with 2 touchdown passes for Firkin. On the other side, Bice, who started out the game 0 for 5 unofficially that I had, he has completed his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 passes, 8 out of 13 now, 98 yards. He has also a touchdown pass. For Sam Cook, it's been hard-earned yards. A guy who averaged over 11 yards a carry and 15 and almost 1,500 yards on the season, has unofficially 15 carries for 51 yards, and more importantly, he's put the football down on the ground a couple of times in this football game. On the receiving and on the rushing end of things for Waukee, Ray has 9 carries for 43 yards, Lineman 4 carries for 21 yards, Penn 3 carries for 57 yards, including the 1-yard touchdown run. Firkins had a couple of carries, one for a loss, the other one for a gain, ends up with 2 carries, 11 yards, and Rose had a carry for 11 yards. On the receiving end of things for Fort Dodge, Calagio with 3 catches for 26 yards, Botholt 2 catches for 12, Mosley has 2 catches for 13, including a 10-yard touchdown reception, Bowser with that 1 big catch for 47 yards, and Cook with the big catch and run for 25 yards. For Waukee on the receiving end, Rose 4 catches, 53 yards, including a 28-yard touchdown run. Lineman with a 37-yard touchdown reception for his only catch. Grotehouse has 2 catches for 35 yards. Shutt with her catch for 14. And that's the way it goes right now. Firkin also had a run for 9 yards in the first half as well. So I think if you're Fort Dodge, you kind of be disappointed. I know we said they wanted to be close, but they had some opportunities in the red zone. And when you fail to score, that hurts you. And they got to think they left something off that scoreboard in the first half. If you're Waukee, you got to be happy how you battled and stayed the course and was able to come up with a couple of big turnovers and turn them into points. And at the end of the first half, they have that lead, and now you're at home. You have the numbers, the guys who are going one way versus the two-way players of Fort Dodge. We'll see how much that affects this Dodger team come second half.
And Waukee will get the ball to start the second half. And penalty-wise, looks like 2 penalties on Waukee. They had a delay of game and an interference penalty. And then 3 on Fort Dodge, a motion and offsides, and then a personal foul. So really not a lot of penalties called in this game. A pretty clean game that way, but the turnovers, as you said, 2 fumbles by Fort Dodge, the interception by Waukee, and that's kind of made the difference here tonight. Tonight's halftime brought to you by Powerade. Give your game some flavor with Powerade. And as we see the Waukee band getting
you got a big performance going on. We won't get to see
any
of it.
Yeah, they do. They have those, and I think I believe they won first place at the Valley Invitational last weekend with their performance. And, yeah, we don't ever get to see those because we're on the other side here.
Yeah.
But do we have could we go back to the replay, Steve? Let's see. Let's go to the first touchdown there by Fort Dodge. That was the Cook run that got this started here. Let's take a look at that. And here's how Fort Dodge got on the board in the to start off the ball game. And you'll see as they come out, Cook is the tailback here. They're at the 15. And they send that man in motion. There's the handoff, and Cook just kind of goes right through there untouched, and that's probably been his biggest run of the night, that 15-yard touchdown run, I think, wasn't it, Tony?
Yeah.
And he goes in and scores, and so Fort Dodge made that statement early, but Waukee answered with a couple scores. Fort Dodge scored, and then let's go back and look at that last pass, the touchdown pass to Rose, which put Waukee up here right before the half, and you'll see here they'll come out. Rose will be at the top of your screen on the left, and he just goes straight down the field to the corner. Firkin drops back, as you see, and lobs it perfectly over the defenders. The defender got there just a step late, and Rose comes down with it, and that's the go-ahead score here at halftime, 21-14 here at the half. Waukee leading Fort Dodge. Steve Dickinson doing a great job at the controls, and Dan Dickinson on the camera here tonight. Good coverage by them as we show you our game here. And what else you got?
Well, I'm trying to get up the scores here if I can, but they're not
Update on-
showing up the right way on my phone right now. So trying to refresh here, and it takes a little bit of time to get them all updated. But
Well, let's see if I can pull that up here too.
yeah, because right now I'm getting – this shows the games that I'm not seeing any of the scores being placed yet. So I'm going to go to Twitter and see what I can
I'm
pull
not
up.
either on our CSN.TV. I don't
Okay.
see them up there, so we'll have to figure that out. But
I do know that Harlan had a 14-7 lead over Glenwood in a battle of top 10s in their Class 3A district game. Southeast Polk was rolling along tonight, 35-0, the last score I saw there.
and Urbandale was up over Marshalltown 13-0 at the half.
Yeah.
And Speaking of bands, thanks my daughter. She lets me come out and do these games. She marches in the Urbandale band. I did get a chance to see her a couple times, though, when Waukee was on the road, and it's fun to do that. They put a lot of time, those kids, practicing for these band performances here. And let's see, we'll find some other scores.
Pella is going to continue their rolling tonight over Saydale as expected. Des Moines Christian leads over Southwest Valley 20-7. That game has moved into the third quarter there from some Central Iowa scores. I know last report I had Mount Air leading Pleasantville 7-0 in the first half. It's now 14-7 Mount Air in that football game, so they've added there. That's a battle for their district lead, and Pleasantville ranked number 4 in my latest polls, and Mount Air are one of those teams just outside looking in, but they're pulling off the upset right now tonight in that football game. Ottumwa trails at the half to Burlington 17-14. Of course, Ottumwa, big part of the CIML, now part of the eastern half of high school football.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's take a little halftime break here. We'll do that. We'll come back with more of our halftime right after this.
The Godfather Specialty Pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T to the Godfather Specialty Pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T to the Godfather Specialty Pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T to the Godfather Specialty Pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T to the Godfather Specialty Pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza.
Tonight, Central Iowa Sports Network presents
Cole's going to get the call up the middle. He sees a seam. 10-5. Touchdown Maroons. He's got a seam. 5-2-1. Touchdown Valley Tigers.
Central Iowa Football, live from Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Central Iowa Football is brought to you by the Atlantic Bottling Company, CenturyLink. Central Iowa Football, live on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Central Iowa Football is also brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Shields. Are you ready for some football?
We are back at halftime here at Waukee High School. Dardaniels and Tony Adsenti, and the halftime score 21-14. Waukee over Fort Dodge here tonight. And trying to run down some more scores for you from games around the area. We know Urbandale was leading Marshalltown 13-0. The way it stands right now, Fort Dodge and Waukee at 3-0 in the district. Urbandale at 2-1, Marshalltown at 1-2. So Urbandale wins that. That still gives them a hope. They'll face Fort Dodge next week. Urbandale is at Fort Dodge. Indianola's at Marshalltown. Waukee is at Mason City. So
Urbandale could end up to number 2 and get that home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs that way. So that'll help them a lot.
And if Waukee were to win and get upset, or Fort Dodge wins and then Urbandale beats them, then there'd be the tie there.
And come down to the point system.
Fort Dodge, then you come down to for the.
Taking a look at some of the numbers, Dar, as far as passing heading into the night from Class 4A, you're not going to hear about him a lot because he plays for Des Moines Hoover, but Wilfred Kokoa leading the state in passing, 115 of 204 for 56%, 1,770 yards, 12 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Ben Firkin of Waukee is 5th in the state coming into the night with 1,475 yards passing. Rocky Lombardi of West Des Moines Valley, 7th in Class 4A in passing with a total of 1,355 yards with 16 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And Thomas McLaughlin comes in at number 10 out of Southeast Polk, just about 1,200 yards in passing, 12 touchdowns and 5 interceptions for them. So some of the leaders here in Class 4A from the central Iowa area coming in the passing game. In the rushing game, the leading rusher, of course, was Sam Cook from right here playing tonight in Fort Dodge. 130 carries, 1,454 yards, and 21 touchdowns. He scored his 22nd tonight. Also in third was Javon Mason of Valley at 914 yards. And, of course, those numbers are skewed because there's been some games he hasn't played a heck of a lot in. So, where Cook has played quite a bit. Daniel Ray of Waukee is 6th in the state in Class 4A with 806 yards coming into tonight's action. And Isaiah Strong of Indianola and Ryan Van Bully of Ankeny Centennial, both over between almost 700 yards each, along with Brandon Trotter of Des Moines East, all in the top 12.
Then you wonder about Dowling here. That first game of the season, they go over to Cedar Rapids Xavier and they get, lightning and rain out. They don't end up playing. Yep. So, you get your bye in week 1, which and I kind of wondered, when they came back over and then how they'd respond to that, but they responded well, and they've done well here so far coming back, and you wonder if that maybe makes a little difference through the season, maybe a few less, dings or things from them as they had one less game. I don't know.
In one way, maybe. In another way, you had to worry if you're down. You wanted to get those non-district games under their belt because of the new quarterback. Yeah. And not just that they had one quarterback, but they had two. Yeah. And so those repetitions were probably important. That's what surprised me, how quickly they really handled things at that quarterback spot and then knocked off West Des Moines Valley. And so I thought that game, by not playing that game, probably hurt them because of the repetitions those kids got for the first time under the lights. But, boy, Dowling's just being Dowling again. They've rolled along so far this year. And I always question that two-headed quarterback system.
I talked to Coach Wilson before the game here, and he said, well, we're just looking for somebody to step up and take it. And he goes, and they're both playing well. And so, it's worked. Yeah, you always wonder because people say, if you got two quarterbacks, you don't have any. But, if it works, keep doing it, I guess. And we saw here where the one guy went down, got injured. They brought the other one right in, and he scored a touchdown the next play here against Waukee. So, it worked out okay there.
How about Cedar Rapids Xavier tonight? Iowa City Regina is remembering that winning streak being snapped. Mm-hmm. They lead 35-7 in that game. Wow. If you're in Class 1A, you want out. Yeah. Because Regina right now is controlling the world in Class 1A. 35-7 over Cedar Rapids Xavier tonight.
And how many titles has it been?
5 in a row.
5 in a row?
6 in a row.
5 or 6, yeah. For them.
It's just crazy to see what's going on there. And they're rolling right along.
We talked about it looking at the other districts here. District 1, Southeast Polk, and Ankeny come into that at 3-0 in the district, and Ames and Des Moines East at 1-2, Council Bluffs TJ at 1-2, and Sioux City 0-3. District 2, we talked about it, Dowling 3-0, Johnson, Lewis Central both at 2-1, East and Des Moines North at 1-2, and Roosevelt at 0-3. In District 3, Ankeny Centennial and Valley there, again, another game they're playing for the district title, and both of them coming in at 3-0.
Well, Van Meter continues to roll. Boy, they've had a great season so far from near here. 41-6 the lead over Woodward Granger tonight. Pleasantville's being upset by Mount Ayr at the end of the third quarter, 21-7. Valley struggling tonight.
7-6 Valley over Ankeny Centennial here. Peter Tarpey, thanks for that score. And, that's another tight ball game there, a one-pointer.
Dallas Center Grimes, big game tonight at the half. They lead Creston 28-7. They're in a pretty big, deep district there with the likes of Glenwood and Harlan, who are tangling tonight. So a nice lead for Dallas Center Grimes over Creston tonight, 28-7 in that football game from around the area.
Well, it's one of those nights where you get a lot of hot chocolate sales, I imagine, down there, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
Stand. Temperature, let's see what we got now, 48 degrees and maybe a freeze tonight before it's all said and done. But
we were treated to a good football game here tonight. Didn't know what to expect. I mean, we knew Fort Dodge, if everything went right, knowing what they did last year, what they had coming back, and their schedule, they looked like a 7-0 team coming in. They did that, and they did more than that. They put a stamp on every one of those games. They dominated them like you're supposed to when you're going to be a good football team. And I think we found out how much those 7 games, the development they've had from last year to this year, what they had is showing here because – I mean, listen, the numbers aren't there for them. They have 2A players, and they're right here in the middle of this football game against a very good Waukee team who has played that tough schedule night in and night out and knew what to expect. That's an advantage to Waukee tonight. This is a game Fort Dodge is not used to this, looking at themselves upside down on the scoreboard. While Waukee's been in these battles this year, so this is nothing new to them. So far, so good.
It'll be interesting into that third quarter. We'll see how, if that does wear Fort Dodge down. Yeah. Looking at it, they were scoring 51.14 points averaging coming in with Waukee 28.4. Waukee right about their average.
But look who they played.
Yeah, but look and
Valley, Southeast Polk, Dowling,
yeah.
Johnston, Urbandale. All of those teams have been part or are in the top 10.
And all fighting for district leads in their respective districts there. So, yeah, the Waukee Warriors back out here, getting ready to get it started in the second half. It's 21-14. Waukee went on top with 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter to take the lead back after falling behind early. A 45-yard drive by Fort Dodge to open the scoring, then an 80-yard and a 99-yard drive by Waukee, then Fort Dodge an 84-yard drive, then a 64-yard drive by Waukee to answer and score. So,
well, we said mistakes would be a part of this game, and they definitely, the second mistake by Fort Dodge, the second fumble turned into a touchdown. And Waukee had that one big interception, but they got the football right back on that fumble. So the momentum, it was interesting. Fort Dodge dominated the first quarter. Waukee dominated half of the second quarter, and then it kind of stood still. It was a deadlock between the two teams, and then the mistakes changed the scoreboard in about a matter of 4 minutes.
And, Waukee able to take advantage of that and score, and with the 7-point lead here at the half. So both teams out here warming up, getting ready for the second half, and it should be a pretty good one.
Can you believe it? Next week it's over.
Oh, man, yeah.
Then everybody will be looking to see who they get to play in the first round of the playoffs. Unbelievable we're already at that point of the season. And you know what? This is the last year of the 4 teams in each district qualifying for the playoffs, and especially in 4A. I'm so happy, Dar, that it's over with. I'm glad they're going back to the old system where the top 2 do it. People say, well, you got kids who don't qualify in the early part of the season for whatever reason or their injuries, and they come back, and that doesn't give those teams a chance. That's part of sports life.
Yeah.
That you can't keep fixing it. Who's on the field is who plays, and whatever ends up is the way it goes. And I think in the end, you still have the best teams playing in each district. I think the top 2, and especially for the safety of the football players, there's a reason why injuries are coming far faster and faster. When you play 5 games in that 3-week period during the playoffs in Iowa high school, college kids, pro players never played as many games as these high school kids have played already.
And that is the thing here that makes football such a different game. You look at it, say the Iowa now, you won that 6th game. Now you got to wait a whole week to see what happens. It's not like basketball where if you lose on Tuesday, then you may play again Thursday or Friday, or Saturday and go again. But football, it's once a week you play, and then you got to wait for that anticipation and build. And that's part of the great part of the sport, too, is you have that time between.
And you get your body to recover. And you can't recover when you're playing Friday night, then Wednesday night, then Monday night, then Friday night. That's not a body recovery.
And not only recover, those coaches, if you have to, well, it used to be back when I played, you drove off somewhere in the middle of the night and got the film and looked at it all night and came back, Now you get it instantly, you look at it, but still, it takes time to break that down on maybe an opponent you hadn't seen before, so now you have more time to do that too, do more of the coaching and preparing.
It's not hard to figure out why kids in high school are having ACL tears and all this stuff while they're having all these injuries. early in college and in a few years in the pros. These kids are starting younger and younger. I mean, we're playing padded football at 7, 8, 9-year-olds sometimes. In some cases, it's too early. These kids, by the time they get to high school, have played more games than guys from my age group had played from high school and college combined. And these kids, by the time they get to high school, have already played that many games. Your body it takes a wear and tear. And it's the same thing in baseball. You look at the number of games these kids are playing in baseball now. Some of these kids are traveling teams all the time. By the time they get to high school, those arms already got more innings on than most kids used to play college or minor league baseball in the professional level had on their arms. So it's no wonder you're having all these surgeries at the young age. So we do have to take a look. I love sports, but there's a line that needs to be drawn somewhere for the safety and for the development of bodies, especially for our younger kids.
All right, well, we're about ready to get the second half started here on Waukee. 21-14, the Warriors on top on senior night here in Waukee as we start to get started for the second half. Waukee will get the ball as they kicked off to start the ball game to Fort Dodge, and Waukee will get the ball to start the second half. And we'll see what happens with it. And this could be a big drive for both teams here. If Waukee can take it down and score and put up, 14, or could Fort Dodge stop them and get the ball back and tie this back up right away?
Yeah, Fort Dodge has got to stay away from the big plays, especially in the passing game from Firkin. They did it at the start of the game. They did a pretty good job. Firkin started out pretty fast and did a good job in the middle there, but a couple big pass plays turned into touchdowns for Waukee. On the other side, I think Waukee is going to continue to do the same. They're going to force Bice to make things happen. He struggled at the start, but Bice got his rhythm going late. Waukee will probably adjust a little bit, but Cook held to 51 yards in the first half. A great job by the Waukee defense.
Dobbins, Penn, and Primrose back deep to receive for Waukee. Here's the kick down the middle, picked up by Dobbins at the 15. Looking for room over the left side. Cuts it up across the 25 to about the 27. That's where Waukee will start it off here to start the second half. 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Well, the first half of this third quarter are going to be important for Fort Dodge. They're coming out of the locker room, so they got to kind of get themselves freshened up, those two-way players that they have. So hopefully, but this is the important part. If it gets to double figures, a two-score game, things get tough for Fort Dodge.
Two receivers to the top, one to the bottom here. That's Cade Penn, and I think the defense jumped here to get started in the second half, and they did. Encroachment, it'll be 5-yard penalty, so starting off the second half with a penalty.
Benson Carvalho, Jonah Benson Carvalho on that front line.
That's shot in motion. Down the line, handoff to Ray. He cuts it up the right side, and good stop. Looked like he was heading for the first down. But Cook came right over from his linebacker spot and pulled him down and stopped him just shy of the first down, about a yard shy.
Ray now 10 carries, 46 yards in the ball game unofficially for the Waukee Warriors.
Call it 2 yards, 2nd and 2, the 35. Firkin fakes the handoff, rolls to his left, looking for Rose again, has him down the field, throws it deep to Rose! Caught it at the 10-yard line!
Wow, what a pass by Firkin going to his left. That is one heck of an arm.
And pass all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Was that about a 55-yarder?
Yeah, I think they were at about the 35, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yep. So first and goal to go. Another Firkin and Rose hookup here.
They've had a couple of big ones here. The 28-yard touchdown, that one for 55.
Hand off to Ray, up the guy. Touchdown. Daniel Ray from 10 yards out finishes off the quick drive there. With 11:02 to go in the third, Daniel Ray runs it in. 10 yards out.
This is not what Fort Dodge wanted to see happen. 58 seconds. It's now doubled up on the scoreboard pending this extra point. Wow. What a pass by Firkin. Rolling to his left, and he put some air into that football. That's a good arm from a guy who doesn't look that big.
And there's the PAT is up and good.
6'2", 190. Firkin, but boy, that was a bazooka he unloaded to Rose.
28-14. Let's see the replay on that pass here. On the touchdown. Yep, touchdown throw. Well, I guess we don't have that. That's all right.
So the 10-yard run by Ray, capping a 73-yard drive, and it took less than 50 seconds for Waukee.
Okay, that was the kick there. We didn't have the run, but that's all right.
Well, can Fort
What'd
Dodge
you say, 78
answer?
yards?
73-yard drive,
73-yard. Okay,
58 seconds or less, because they did have a little bit of a kickoff return, so probably about 55-second drive.
All right, well, just what we said Fort Dodge didn't want to do, as you said, didn't want to fall down 14 here. And they'll get the ball back. We'll see what they can do with it here.
Well, if Fort Dodge is going to get back in the game, it can't be just alone with the pass. They have to get Cook breaking it open a little bit here. But right now, Waukee has taken away that part of the game.
Campen and Preston back deep to receive for the Dodgers. Coming over toward Campen. He'll take it at the 25 up to the 30. 35, all the way across the 40 up to the 43-yard line. So a good return by Campen. And Fort Dodge will take over at the 43.
Well, here's where you got to be careful. You haven't been behind like this football season. This is where Fort Dodge's offense is going to get tested, and you can't get it all back at once, so you have to be careful. You make a big mistake, and all of a sudden this game's going to get completely out of hand. So you want to.
That's a good point. You don't have to get it on one play. You can take your time here.
Plenty of time in this football game.
It's early. I just started in the second half. Twins to each side for Bice. Cook comes right up beside him and takes the hand. No, he keeps it. Bice kept it up the middle and runs. And maybe they saw a little something there where Bice broke free.
He had that big 48-yard run in the first. That only run for 48 yards on the quarterback keep, and that was good. Because
so maybe everybody's keying on Cook. You try running Bice a little bit because he held it in his gut for a long time there and then pulled it out. So sends Bowser and Botholt to the right and has Kalasha and Mosley to the left. And fakes the handoff, looks for Kalasha on the inside, has him. Cross the 40, down to the 35. Looked like kind of a just slow developing as Kalasha came right back inside on the flat there, and he hit him, and another big pickup here for the Dodgers.
110 yards passing now, and that's the 10th straight completion by Bice after starting the ball game 0 for 5.
Twins to each side again. Cook in the back with Bice in the backfield. Fakes it. Looking for Kalasha. He's covered this time. Rolling for his life and now throws it back and almost picked off, and a flag is down. And holding is going to be called.
If it's on Fort Dodge's number 72 or if somebody was holding Kalasha, because he's acting like it's against Waukee. But they threw the flag where 72 was at.
He pointed, though, toward Fort Dodge, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'm thinking 72 may have gotten caught with doing something. Let's see.
That time they covered up Kalasha. They didn't let him kind of sneak back inside.
Yeah, it's holding against Austin Gelhausen, the 6'3 junior, 285-pounder. And the flag was thrown between at that lineman. And Kalasha probably thought it was against somebody from Waukee because they thought it was thrown in his direction, where he was probably feeling like he was held up.
So that moves it back to the 48, 1st and 23 at the 48 for Fort Dodge. 9:59 to play here in the third quarter. They're trailing now 28-14. Dodgers trying to get back in this. Look to Kalasha, now throws it back and almost picked off back the other way.
Yeah, he's trying for Mosley. Mosley didn't see he was being hurried that time. Mosley didn't even know the pass was off, and it ran right by it.
Drew Johnson almost was able to dive and grab that, but they're covering Kalasha now on that play. They're not letting him get open there, so they're going to have to try a little something else. Bice looks to the sideline for the play.
Everybody's wondering where Cook might go. It looks like wrestling will be where he's going to end up doing at college.
Hand off to Cook, up the middle. Stutter steps now, moves ahead again and carries the pile with him. So a good second down pickup. It'll still be 3rd and long, but you go from a 3rd and 23 to a 3rd about, what, 8?
About 18.
18 or 18. Okay, I looked at the wrong stick. I thought that was the first down there, but no. So it still is 3rd and 17. As Fort Dodge looks to the sideline, Botholt and Bowser wide to the right, Kalasha and Mosley to the left with Cook, the tailback, with Bice. Drops straight back, throws across over the head of Bowser, and
nearly intercepted there.
Dobbins, had a hand on it. So a little high. Pressure starting to get to Bice a little bit. Had to get rid of that one.
First incompleted pass by Bice that time, just off the top of the hands of the intended receiver. He had a man open there, Bowser, but he just let him a little too high, and Bowser unable to get it.
So Cook will drop back to punt, and Primrose drop back to receive for Waukee. High punt. Primrose calling for the fair catch, and he'll get it about the 8-yard line.
Well, if you're Fort Dodge right now, your defense needs to step up and at least hold Waukee
Get a stop.
or get a turnover. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night for the Dodgers here in the second half because Waukee is definitely taking over control of this football game.
Chance to widen it out here, but as Fort Dodge, their first drive of the second half,
Centennial now
ends
leads
up with a
Valley
punt.
13-7 in the third quarter. The Kansas City Royals lead 3-0 in the sixth in their big ball game. So.
Well, here we go. Firkin with Twins to the right. His favorite target, Rose, out to the left. Handoff to Ray up the middle. He grinds ahead for a couple.
Johnston, third quarter, 7-0 over Lewis Central of Council Bluffs in that football game. Who made that last carry?
That was Ray.
Okay, sorry. Trying to keep up with everything else and forgot.
Ray for 2.
12 carries, 58 yards now for Ray with a touchdown included.
Trips to the right now. Fakes the handoff, throws it to the slant to Rose, and he can't handle it at time.
A little bit off of the side there. Good coverage, though, as
Caden
well.
Preston out there in the coverage, yep.
Kind of got in the way of Rose.
So they got him a 3rd down here. If they can hold, that'd be what the Dodgers are looking for.
Dowling leading Roosevelt 28-0. They move to the third quarter in their football game.
And a winger will come out. They'll bring Shutt back in. There. Shutt gets the play from Firkin. 10 seconds on the play clock. Firkin dropping straight back. Throws it over to Rose. Go! Had it in his hands. Couldn't pick it in at the 42.
Hit him right between the numbers.
Good coverage by Caden Preston again up there. So he's gone almost exclusively to Rose here.
Dowling's leads now 35-0.
Flag down. What do we got?
I don't know.
Let's see. What the call is a flag down on the backfield of Waukee.
I would.
Tripping called and offsetting penalties. Tripping and interference on the defense. So be 3rd and 8 all over again.
Ankeny leading Council Bluffs. Thomas Jefferson is expected tonight 35-12 in that football game. Dowling's now leading 35-0. And the Valley games move to the fourth quarter with the Tigers trailing at home against the Jaguars of Centennial.
Here comes Waukee. 2 receivers to left. Penn in motion. Fake to Penn. Give it to, Firkin will keep it. Firkin will go outside. The flag comes flying in, and Firkin will be pulled down. I don't know if he made the first down.
Solomon Clayton running him down, but that was a lot of action. And
looks like holding on Waukee.
Yeah.
That'll bring it back.
Yeah.
So penalties hurting Waukee here. Just their 3rd penalty that stands. They had the offsetting here just a minute ago.
Urbandale 34-0 now over Marshalltown in the fourth quarter. So they've had a pretty big second half. So.
Yeah.
So your daughter's going to be happy tonight, Dar. Happy home, happy dad.
Well, she'll be happy because they're scoring a lot. That means the band plays a lot, and that keeps them warmer, I think, in the stands. So it makes it a 3rd and 15 now after the penalty. Firkin hands off to Ray. Ray looking for room, and he's going to be stacked up over there.
Big stand by Fort Dodge here.
Good defensive stand. Maybe got 1. He was back at the 5. Clock ticks down to 8 minutes to go in the third, so Fort Dodge gets what they want. They get a stop on defense and will force Waukee to punt it out of their own end zone.
Well, that's what Fort Dodge needed if you're a Dodger fan. For Waukee, you know, the clock's their friend right now. They have a 2-score lead at 28-14, and their defense, I mean, basically after that first drive by Fort Dodge has done a fantastic job in this football game.
Yakovich back to punt in his own end zone for Waukee. Caden Preston back at the 45 for the Dodgers for the return. One man back. High snap! He handles it, and is he going to get out of the end zone? He did. But it's going to be first and goal for Fort Dodge at the 5-yard line. Not a turnover, but a good turnaround of plays there. And Yakovich did all he could to keep that from, in some ways, almost better off, though, maybe, Tony, to give up the safety, because now he gives them the ball at the 5.
I was thinking the same thing. Better off probably to give up the safety. Now it's a short field for Fort Dodge, a chance to put 6 on the board here instead of getting the safety and the ball in a little worse field position, yeah.
High snap, 7:18 to play here in the third. The Dodgers will take over first and goal at the 5. And a couple penalties there kind of bit Waukee. So they come out 2 backs, and Bice is going to take it himself.
That was Cook.
Was that Cook? Oh, yeah, Wildcat, you're right.
I just noticed it wasn't as tall and thin a guy,
Yeah,
but that's
what I thought.
Usual.
Well, Bice is in there, but it was snapped directly to Cook, and he didn't get maybe a yard. No, they're marking it right back at the 5, aren't they? No, he didn't get anything on that.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 5.
Yeah, they've been harder in yards for Cook tonight.
This time they'll send Bothold and Mosley to the right, Kalasha wide to the left, Cook in the backfield. Mosley in motion, handoff to Mosley, looking for the left side, run tripped up there.
Good tackle.
Diving in, was that Dobbins? I
yes,
think
it was.
Cedric
Yep. Dobbins on the stop, 6 foot, 170 pounder. That was a great tackle there.
Dobbins drove in and tripped him up when it looked like he was picking up momentum toward that left side to run it in. 3rd and 2.
Well, this is 2-down territory no
Yeah.
matter what for Fort Dodge. They've
Trailing-
got to get this one in the end zone.
Trailing 28-14. Here come the Dodgers. They'll send Bothold and Mosley wide to the right side. Cook in the backfield. Kalasha to the left. And Bowser is the slot back there. Slam into Kalasha, no good off his hands.
Drew Johnson just about stepped in front of that one, buddy. That went right off of Johnson's hands, incomplete.
Well, they tried the quick slant inside to Kalasha, and it brings up 4th down and 2.
I would have tried to fake it to Cook up the middle, and Bice could have probably ran off the right side as everybody was in the middle.
Rollout. Everybody looking
they
for
went
that.
the wrong way with that play.
I'd go trips to the right, and then fake it to Cook and roll out the other way. We'll see what they do here.
Waukee's defense trying to stop it downs here after the turnover.
Tight formation. Bice under center. Hands off to Cook. Plows in. Nope. He's going to be stopped short. Stopped short at the 1. The defense holds.
What a
Dominic
job.
Limvad comes out of there. Thrusting his hand in the air. The defense gets the high fives on the far side from the offense.
Now the Waukee's defense has changed this ball game, Dar. That's the big key. 5-yard line on the turnover after the bad snap on the punt, and they hold Fort Dodge out of the end zone with one of the more prolific running backs in the state this year, and Cook. They've taken Fort Dodge's game plan, and now it's going to be somebody needs to come up with a big play defensively for Fort Dodge again.
1st and 10 at the 5, and they can't punch it in, and Waukee holds. Take over 1st and 10 at the 2.
Well, let's see what they do here. Both teams with their backs to the end zone have come up with some huge plays.
And handoff to Ray. And he's plowing into the middle, gets a few yards, still moving the pile. Not down yet. He got out across the 5.
14 carries, 63 yards now for Ray. He's carried the abundance of the ball from the backfield.
And 2nd and 6 now.
A little over halfway into this third quarter, and Fort Dodge with a couple of opportunities and nothing to show for it. And Waukee's defense coming up huge there with Fort Dodge with the ball 1st and goal at the 5. What a job.
Could have cut it to 28-21, made it a 1-touchdown game, but Waukee held. Here they go. Trips to the left. That's Shutt coming into motion across Hand off to Ray over the left side. He's got some room, and he gets the first down up to the 11-yard line. I think he's got the first down.
It's pretty close. It's right at the sticks there.
Yeah. Let's see where they mark it.
It must be because, nope, they're calling it
he's saying
short.
Hold it there. It looks like.
Because they usually, if you're going to measure, you leave the ball where you marked it.
Yeah, where you marked it,
didn't.
but
So,
I guess it's just shy of that 11-yard line, so it's not the first down. There's a handoff to Ray. Ooh, they got a good push in there. No, he may not have.
Before Dodge's defense comes up with a big play now.
That was Kanan Harachata who dove in there and might have stopped him.
Well, I think he did. I think he lost a half a yard. It's back at the 10, so it is fourth down.
4th and 1.
What a job. Both defenses coming up huge here.
Well, last time they tried to punt it out of the end zone, it was a high snap that cost them, but then the defense bailed out the special teams play there. And now again, the Dodgers hanging right in there, coming up on 4 minutes to play in the third. Force the punt on 4th and 1 here.
They're going to get great field position again, but the thing is, all this great field position has meant nothing with no points on the board.
Caden Preston back deep. The snap is good this time. High kick taken at the 39 and onto the 35, hammered down there. It was Dobbs, and then Shutt came in and finished him off for Waukee. So
Dobbins is trying to strip that football all along that time. Good job by Caden Preston to hold on to that one because he was waiting for help. But while he was waiting for his help, he was trying to strip that football away.
Out of there, and then Shutt came in and pounded him down to the ground. 1st and 10 at the 36 now for the Dodgers. They couldn't score from the 5 on 4 tries last time. We'll see. Maybe they need a little more room. We'll see what they do here.
I like it when they've had Bice run, but they've only done it twice. He's had a gain of 48 and 8 in both of his runs, but has only had a couple of them.
Trips to the right, Kalasha to the left. Looks to Kalasha on the go route. Primrose is there, and he throws it long. Yep. He just threw that away.
Sometimes an incomplete pass is the best thing. People look at those numbers and incomplete passes. That was a smart incompletion that time by Bice. There was nothing there.
He was heavily covered, and Primrose was right on him. They thought they'd try to send him right up the sideline, but Primrose was right there on the coverage. So this time they'll put Bowser to the left with Primrose and send Botholt and Mosley wide to the right.
Kalasha, the leading receiver for Fort Dodge, has 4 catches for 38 yards, but he's had to earn those 4 catches.
Fake inside now to Kalasha again. He cuts it up the field, got some room over there, and that knocked out of bounds about the 22. First down. Stops the clock with 3:29 to play in the third here.
So 50 yards now and 5 catches for Kalasha. Just a quick out and then make something happen with your feet.
Fort Dodge trying to cut this to a 1-score game here. Twins to each side again. Cook steps up a little closer to Bice. Oh, bad snap past Bice. He picks it up. Going to run. Now throws it over to Bowser down the sideline. How did he do that? Threw back across his body after picking up that bad snap and turned nothing into something there. And it's 1st and 10.
Good footwork that time from Bice, and he had his feet held while he threw that football. And good eye awareness downfield to find Bowser wide open.
Bowser, Kalashin out to the left. Botholt and Mosley to the right. For Bice. 2:54 to play here. Fort Dodge threatening again. Out to Kalasha. Catches it to the end zone. Is he in? Touchdown. 9 yards out. Touchdown. Bice to Kalasha.
That was almost a pick play by the other receiver in that slot. That was pretty close. He had already had his defender cut off from getting that pass.
So 2:44 to play here in the third. Fort Dodge gets on the board this time. After their defense came up with a big play, held. And now an extra point could make this a 6-point ball game. And Ruge in for the PAT attempt. There's a snap. Kick is up and good. We got a 28-21 game here. Waukee on top, and let's go and check the replay of that touchdown pass. Here we go. You see Kalasha to the left of the screen. Here he goes down and in. There's a pass out, and then he kind of wakes his way, drives into the end zone. Touchdown there on the score. Kalasha makes it a 28-21 game with the extra point. So, man, the Dodgers are taking some punches here in the third, but staying with it, Tony. They're not out yet. You think after they go down and got a first and goal at the 5, they can't punch it in. Defense comes right back, gets the stop, and then they get the score here.
They showed some character, too, because think about it. They're down 28-14. You get that turnover on downs at the 5-yard line. You don't punch it in. Great job by the defense to come up with a big play to hold Waukee on downs and punt it, get it back in good field position.
3rd and 1, and you're thinking Daniel Ray's going to punch it through there for the first down, but they dive in and stop him, and then, they get the big play here. So
they have to have a short memory because a lot of those offensive guys are on the defense.
Yeah, they're on the same.
And
so those lines.
That's why I was so impressed about what just happened. The turnover and
squib kick taken by Cade Penn. Up to the 20, 25, skips by a tackler, still going, and then finally brought down at about the 35-yard line. Cade Penn picks up the squibber kick and moves it up to the 34-yard line.
Well,
35.
Here's that point of the game where we'll see if Waukee can use their freshness over the Fort Dodge two-way players. 28-21, we're into that late third quarter, early fourth quarter, and this is usually where you take over things. But, boy, these Fort Dodge kids right now, after that last couple of series, they show that they got a lot of heart.
They've been stopping Ray. They haven't been able to let him grind it out here. Here comes Cade Penn in motion. Fake to Penn, goes to Ray, and Ray is stacked up inside there. Big number 60 all over him.
Keaton Jones
racks him up right at the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Ray's last 3 carries. Was that Ray that time?
Yeah, Daniel Ray again.
3 carries, last 3 for 0 yards.
2:12 and counting here in the third quarter. Cade Penn and Grodehouse come wide to the right. It's Rose all alone wide left. Shut the tight end. Rolling to his left, looking down for Rose. He's over the hands there of Grodehouse. And that was hanging up in the air kind of dangerously there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And now Fort Dodge has here Waukee in a bad spot.
Third and long
again. So the Fort Dodge defense has come up big. Let's see if they do it again. Waukee just has not been able to get any consistency here after that opening drive in the second half, in this third quarter.
So they'll bring in Winger, send out Shutt, and they'll go with the double Y. No, they're going to send Grodehouse to the left for trips left. Penn is on the right side here, bottom of your screen. Waukee in the dark uniforms going against the Dodgers. Dropping back. Firkin, pressure, sacked by Keaton Jones. Keaton Jones makes the big play for the sack.
Wow.
And the Dodgers here have a chance to get the ball back and go for the tying score here in the third quarter.
This is how crazy the game of football can be. Waukee gets the opening kickoff. Took them all of 52 seconds to go 73 yards, and it's 28-14. Then there's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
High snap, and they get the ball first to goal at the 5, and the Dodgers can't score.
And now all of a sudden they come back and they score. And now they're going to get good field position again and a chance to tie this.
Caden Preston calls for the fair catch at the 36. Whoa, that's where the Dodgers will start. Hang on,
now
folks.
The pendulum's back for Dodge's way. We've seen this. I mean, the pendulum swings have been immense in this game.
Back and forth, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
But right now, Fort Dodge definitely, if they're tired, this energy they've gained is on this momentum they've got. Yeah, they've got it regained.
And that's the thing. Stay close, stay close. You talked about it. Yep. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet. Exceptional people, an exceptional experience for you. Always the power price. Schottenkirk Chevrolet, 755 West Hickman.
I've got one of those Schottenkirk Chevys. I've got an Equinox and love every minute of it. Drive rides with that.
Here comes Johnny Bice. Double receivers to each side. Fakes a handoff to Cook. Oh, had Kalasha there. There was a little bit of, there's the flag on Dobbins.
Yeah, Kalasha's hands went up in the air as soon as he got there. He knew he was held up by Dobbins, and that's going to be a penalty.
If he didn't, that was probably a touchdown the other way, and we got a tie ball game.
5 minutes left in the Valley game. Centennial still leads 13-7 in that football game. Big minor upset coming up in that one is the way things are going. Urbandale now rolling 41-0 last report in their football game.
So they're going to mark it off. The penalty will move the ball into Waukee territory to the 48.
And that's a final. Urbandale sets up next week's big showdown with a 41-0 victory tonight.
So an interference penalty on Waukee. 1:05 to play, third quarter. Dodgers with the ball. Twins to each side. Cook in the backfield with Bice. Dropping back, throws a Colossian, coming back inside. And now he gets down inside to the 43. So Burkett had locked on to Rose and was throwing to him. Now it's Bice locking on to Kalasha here, and it's teaming up here, Tony.
Yeah, you go to the guy you feel more comfortable with. Kalasha, one of the best receivers in the state. 28 receptions coming to this game. That's his 7th in this football game. So now 35 catches for Kalasha on the season.
He's down here at the bottom of your screen. Bowser inside of him. 2 receivers up high. Dropping back is Bice. Looking for Bowser. Throws it over there and just a little long.
Lucky you threw it long. Primrose had a better chance of catching that for Waukee than Bowser did for Fort Dodge on that play.
So good coverage. 27.7 to play here in the third, and it's 3rd and 5 at the 43 for Fort Dodge.
Number 7 Fort Dodge, number 8 Waukee, 28-21 Waukee here at home. Waukee came in at 5-2. Fort Dodge at 7-0, and we got what we expected so far.
Mosley and Bodholt, the 2 receivers at the top. Kalasha and Bowser here at the bottom of your screen. The Dodgers in white. There's the snap. Handoff to Cook. Trying to cut it up for the first down. He's going to be short of the first down.
Great hard tackle there. Getting Cook's shoulders turned to the ground. Number 7 for Waukee, and that's Nick Anderson.
And Primrose helping out there. So 4th down, and that will be the last play, I think, of the third quarter as the clock is going to wind down and then give Fort Dodge a little bit of time to talk this over. And that is, the clock will wind down on the fourth quarter. 3 done. It's Waukee 28-21, 4th and 3 for Fort Dodge here when we start the fourth quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by the Better Business Bureau. Better Business Bureau is a leader in marketplace trust. Before you choose to hire a business, check with the Better Business Bureau. Also by Atlantic Bottlers, distributors of Core Power, a natural high-protein drink. Gatorade hydrates better than water, and Dasani water, the pure delicious taste of Dasani water, all brought to you by Atlantic Bottlers here in Waukee. Also, Shields Sporting Goods, 101 Jordan Creek Parkway in the Jordan Creek Mall, equipment and apparel for all your sporting adventures. Well, the fans are getting full price tonight here as this is going to go down to the fourth quarter, and we'll see what happens. You go for it here, 4th and 3 at the 41, or you try to, maybe the way your defense has been playing, try to punt them in deep, corner coffin kick it there? Or?
I would punt this one away. I think the way the defense has played the last few downs and hope to gain better field position maybe again, but we'll see. 28-21, and I think the way what's coming out there, I don't see Bice, so they're going to be punting this football away. Cook's back out there to punt.
Cook's out there to punt it, so they're going to try to punt it and hold Waukee deep. They've been able, the defense, to pin them back. Nobody back deep for Waukee because they're thinking maybe, Bice is in there now. Bice is up under center. They're going to go for it.
They're trying
to
get him to draw
maybe
offside.
And then they jump. So it's a Fort Dodge that jumps off sides. So.
Well, some numbers here. Bice, 13 out of 21 for 149 yards in the ball game for Fort Dodge. Furkin as 10 out of 18 for 204 yards for Waukee.
It is now 16-7, Ankeny Centennial, 2:50 to go in that ball game.
That is a big upset tonight.
Here's the kick, and going to bounce out of bounds. Not a real great kick. Looking for the corner, but it went out about the 20. Where are they going to put that?
I can't tell.
24. He's coming back upfield.
That's a pretty good throw by the official.
Yeah,
the other sideline.
Throw that across. Looks like they mark about the 24. So he kicked that sideways. I think they were hoping to get it inside the 20, but a good bounce for Waukee. They're going to take over. Well, they had 25.
Waukee has not been able to run the football the last few times. I'm thinking Furkin's going to be throwing a little bit more in this offensive setup.
Firkin drops straight back, throws it across, and nice
play,
tackle, open field by who else? Cook against Cade Penn.
Wow.
Boy, Cade Penn gets loose on that, and he could be gone with his speed.
Well, Waukee can't run it, and after that play, they might not be able to pass it either because that was one-on-one, and Cook says, nope, I'm taking it down to the mat. Now, he's used to doing that.
Second down. Fake to Ray. Looking downfield,
Good
looking. Has a man crossing. It's a Grodehouse, and he couldn't bring it in. Oh, Grodehouse had it, but just could not bring it in stride.
Wow.
Firkin had all day to wait for him to cross the field and hit him down there, but he couldn't pull it in.
Wow. That was great coverage but it took so long. Good job by the offensive line from Waukee to let Firkin just stand there all day. But there's some flags, though, also.
Yeah, down there.
So it's against Waukee, and they're going to decline it. 3rd and 10.
Maybe a little holding going on with all the time he had back there.
Because he had all day, and you can't stand there and cover a receiver all day. And finally, Colascio lost
let a guy
his
run
man.
from this side of the field all the way across. And so 3rd and 10 at the 24. Big play here. Grodehouse comes back, or no, that's Winger, comes in for Shutt. So Winger and Rose down here at the bottom of the screen. Ray goes out on the pattern. Wings it out there to Penn.
Good job.
And off his hands is a flag down, though.
Colascio got his hand on the football with his right hand, but he had his arm wrapped around Penn with his left arm, and I think the official saw it.
In the NFL, you can get away with that, but in high school, a lot of times you can't when you got a hand on it.
He turned the receiver with his left arm while he got around with his right arm to knock the football. It was a good football play, but he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
So interference, penalty there will give the first down to Waukee.
Well, if you're a Fort Dodge fan, you didn't like the call. If you're a Waukee fan, you liked the call, but I saw the left arm. He was definitely hooked around the receiver, and he got him turned around. Good hands with his right side, but the left hand was caught.
Penn in motion. They fake it to him and give it to Ray. Ray moving around. And
did I see another flag?
I thought I saw one come in there,
I think
in the
it's
middle.
going to be where Waukee's holding again.
Yeah, I saw that too. It just kind of flashed into the middle there, and there it is. Yeah, about the 44. So.
And Waukee's marching back, so they knew they were caught this time. So
we're getting, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I got 4 penalties on Waukee in the second half, and I think 4 on Fort Dodge, if I've kept track right here. 11 minutes to play in the game. 1st and 16 at the 33 for Waukee. They lead by a touchdown. Fake to Ray. Looking deep. Now Firkin under pressure rolls out of it and rolls upfield and is going to run out of bounds and pick up about 5 or 6.
Good job by Firkin, boy. He got out of a good chance for getting a tackle there. Coming in after him was Jonah Benson Carvello, but Firkin with a little spin move the opposite way and was able to get something out of nothing.
He had a receiver up the right side, but then, as you said, the defender came in there and he just couldn't get away. 2nd and 10. He picked up 6 at the 39.
What a football game. Who's going to blink here in the 4th quarter?
And down the line goes Cade Penn, and he's going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Good close there by Cole Campen. The safety came up and shut down that run.
Wow.
So 3rd and long again here, Waukee.
These two teams, to show that they deserve to be in the rankings, are playing like 2 ranked teams here tonight for the most part. They've bent, they've not broken. It's been a great football game.
The Dodger defense looking for another stop here. Coming up on 10 minutes of play in the game. They trail by touchdown. Trips left for Waukee. Looks for a big hit in there by Cook, I think, wasn't it? Woo! Wow. Hit Ray out of the backfield, but Cook was right there to lay the wood to him.
Hello, I'll send you a Christmas card in December. Man, he was tattooed.
4th and 11. They lost a yard on that, so Waukee will have to punt. How about this Dodger defense in the second half here, Tony?
They don't look tired to me yet. They look pretty fresh. This defensive stand has been good. The question is, can the offense generate anything against the Waukee defense, who's done just as good a job on the other side of the football?
We'll see. Caden Preston back deep to receive the punt from Jordan Yakovich. High kick. Drives him back. He calls for the fair catch and gets it at the 20. So nice punt there to kind of switch the field a little bit. And the Dodgers will take over 1st and 10 at the 20, trailing by 7, 9:23 to play in this ball game. And what's been a great ball game here with 2 ranked teams fighting for the district lead tonight.
Yeah, we've had some big plays, some unusual plays, but overall, both sides, the defense has to be commended. Lucky here in the third and quarter and early fourth, they had that 1st and goal for Fort Dodge at the 5. They were able to hold them out of there, but then the short field on the next after they punted away, and they were able to score to cut the deficit to 7.
Tonight's ball game brought to you by Learning RX, brain training and cognitive skills testing, helping children think, remember, and read and learn better. Learning RX, 4949 Westtown Parkway, Suite 160. And there's the fake. Bice thrown across, hits his man down the middle on the slot. Dobbins makes the tackle there against Trey Mosley, but a big play on 1st down from the 20 all the way up to the 48-yard line. 28-yard pickup.
14 of 22 for 177 yards now for Johnny Bice. Mosley with his 3rd reception for 41 yards for the Dodgers.
Kalasha and Mosley to the right, 2 receivers to the left for the Dodgers. Cook's in the backfield. Fakes to Cook, throws inside to Kalasha. Primrose has him, beats him. No, he rips by Primrose and gets out of bounds, knocked out by Lineman. But he did a good job to slip that tackle and avoid the loss.
Yep.
Pickup of 7 into Waukee territory at the 45.
Well, we could be looking at some OT the way this game is starting to come.
Well,
down.
a lot of time left, though.
Yeah, there is.
8:54 to
I
play.
said we could be.
Yeah. Twins to each side for Bice. Cook backfield. Fakes to Cook.
Blitz.
And throws it high. Had to get rid of it.
Corner blitz by Nick Anderson. He came flying in there, and boy, Bice had to get rid of that one in a hurry.
Threw a little hard for Kalasha. He couldn't quite bring it in there, but
41-0 Urbandale the victor tonight. The Royals now go to the 7th with a 3-0 lead over the Blue Jays in the American League Championship Series.
our clock stopped. 8:49 to play in the ball game. Waukee leading 28-21. Dodgers in Waukee territory. 3rd and 3 at the 45. Trying to keep the drive alive and tie up the score. Man comes in motion across the formation. Hands off to Cook. Looking for room on the right side. Ooh, backs in, and he's going to be up a little short. Kind of turned the back and kept the feet moving, but it'll be maybe a yard or so short here. And we'll see what they do.
Cook had the 9-yard carry in his first play. On his 4th carry, the 15-yard touchdown run. That gave him 26 yards for the game after 4 carries. He's now had 19 carries for 60 yards. He's had to earn everything he's got in the night.
Looked like it's short from our angle, but they're going to measure, close enough to measure here. They'll bring out the sticks.
And at this point of the game, I'm thinking you're going for it.
We got about a half yard shy, looks like.
I'm thinking you're going for it if you're Fort Dodge with 8:33 to go.
You got Big Sam Cook in there.
You have all your timeouts left yet, too.
5:11, 2:15. We'll see if they try to go, but
they didn't last time. But this is now it's getting to the point of the game where, okay, we've had a lot of chances and we still didn't score. So how many more chances are we going to get that are viable? This is one of those opportunities. You might have one more shot after this.
You got Jacob Wiggins, Josh Wandera, Dominic Limvam, and Jake Shutt, the big line in there for Waukee, who've been causing trouble for Cook here.
8.5 and running in this one. Fort Dodge going for it.
4th and 1 at the 42. Tight formation for the Dodgers. The Dodger fan standing up, and he's Bice is going to sneak it in there, and he does. Yeah, looks like he got it easily there.
Yeah. Good start off that left side of the offensive line behind the center and the left guard that time. Bice able to find 2 yards on that carry, or a yard on that carry, I should say.
So 1st and 10 now at the 41 for Fort Dodge. 8:12 to play here in the game. Trying to drive for the tying score. They started back on their own 20, trying to put together an 80-yard drive here to tie it up. Twins each side. Bice takes the snap. Fakes it to Cook and takes it himself, and he's not going to get much there.
Well, good choice of taking it out of Cook's hands because he was going to get hit, but really nothing for him, too. Good job by the Waukee defense up front there, containing both Bice and Cook on that play. No chance for that to go anywhere.
Good penetration in there by the Waukee defense. 2nd and 11 now.
Limban was one of them that was definitely in that play.
Dropping back. Pressure on Bice. Throws it back across his body to Kalasha, and he catches it. Short of the first down, but a pickup there by Kalasha, and that's going to make it 3rd and short, 3rd and 3 now. Coming up on 7:14 and counting here in the ball game. 28-21 lead by Waukee, but the Dodgers trying to drive for the go-ahead score. Or the high score, I should say, not the go-ahead. Here's Bice rolling to his right, looking downfield. Lobs it over, little lob pass looking for Kalasha, but couldn't get it through traffic there as Nick Anderson is right there on coverage, as was Mark Primrose.
Traffic. That was a traffic jam. I don't know who he was trying to throw it to that time. That looked like I-235 at rush hour.
Yeah, thought he could kind of sneak it through there, but not any room, as you said. So here we go again, a big 4th down, 6:51 to play, clock stop, Twins to each side for Johnny Bice. That's Cook, the back in the backfield. Here's the snap, dropping back. Got some time, looking downfield, throws across the middle to Cook, has him at the 15, 25, 20. And knocked down, pull down. That was a 25, not the 15 where he caught it, and he goes all the way down to about the 15, 16-yard line. Big play by Cook. Snuck him through the middle and lobbed it over to him. And boy, Bice has some presence back there, this senior quarterback too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job. He's now to 198 yards passing, 16 out of 24 now for Bice in the ball game for 198 yards. And for Cook, his 2nd catch now for 40 yards total.
Twins to each side for Bice. Bad snap, gets by Bice. Could he pick it up? His, but going to be pulled down back behind a line of scrimmage.
That was dangerous. Bice was almost better off falling on that football because as he started to pick it up, the tackle was being made. Yeah, and that's a good chance of seeing a football come loose. He got lucky on that play.
Somebody could have hatcheted that out of his hands. Yeah. So a loss of 12 there on the bad snap. 2nd and 22 at the 29.
And the clock under 6 minutes to go in the football game. Both teams had their full allotment of timeouts, 3 apiece left in this one, so still plenty of time, but at the same time, not many possessions possibly left for the Fort Dodge Dodgers after this.
Bothold wide to the left, Mosley and Kalasha wide to the right, and
timeout
Waukee. So they want to talk this over. 5:40 to play here in the ball game. Waukee leading 28-21 over Fort Dodge. The Dodgers took it at their 20 and have driven it down to the 29 there. Last play, the bad snap kind of set them back a little bit.
Yeah, that definitely shut down the momentum they had going there. Now they have to find a way. This is a point of the game. It's still 3-down territory now. Field goal's not going to do you anything but get you still within a score back. So you still are going to need a touchdown. This is 3-down territory for Fort Dodge on 2nd and 22.
Dar Danielson, Tony Adsenti here tonight with me in the booth, along with Steve Dickinson and Dan Dickinson on the camera here tonight, is bringing you another tight ball game. We've had a lot of good ball games here at Waukee. Some close ones, and this one, the Dodgers fighting to tie it up here as the battle for the lead in District 4. 2nd and 22 at the 29. Bice will go with 2 backs with him now. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Rolls to his right, pressure on, throws it out there.
Oh,
he caught it! A one-handed grab! Oh my gosh! That was Trey Mosley on the catch.
How did he catch that?
Let's see if we can get a replay on that quick.
It almost looked like the defender helped him catch it.
Yeah,
it almost looked like the defender tackled the football right into his arm, and it was an unbelievable one-arm catch there.
Trapped it quickly there. 3rd and 6 now, 14. Well, you got to have big plays to win district titles, don't you? We'll see if the Dodgers have a couple more left here. In motion, Bowser across the formation. Bice fakes to Cook, throws it out there. Cut back inside, 1st down. Great cut back by Trey Mosley. took the little pass in the flat, stopped, cut back the other direction, and has a 1st and goal to go for the Dodgers.
You got to check for broken ankles on that one. I mean, he stopped on a dime, and nobody was able to touch him. That was a broken ankle catch and run, man.
5:22, the clock rolls here, but time not a factor right now. 1st and goal at the 4. Dodgers,
Wow.
2nd and 3 at the 3. Looks like they gave him 1 on that. Here's Bice, under center, hands off to Cook, looking for room on the left side, is shoveled over, didn't go down, stayed on top of the players.
Got about a yard and half of that.
Yep, maybe a yard and a half, you're right, to the 2. Looked like he was going down, he was on top of the pile. They're going to mark it down at the 2.
Well, 2 down territory, no matter what here with 4:10 and the clock still running.
Well, the Waukee defense stopped him one other time when they had it 1st and goal at the 5 going the other way. This time.
I like Bice with the football in his hands, but he's going to go under center.
Under center, 3rd and 2 at the 2. Bice under center. Hand off to Cook. Cook. Cook breaks free. Touchdown! Cook comes out of the pile to score. 2 yards out. We're tied with the extra point if it's good.
Wow. Cook has worked for everything. 21 carries for 63 yards. That's 3 yards a carry unofficially.
That time he plowed into the pile, kept the legs churning, and we'll get the replay after the extra point here. 3:46 to play. Extra point away from tying this up.
They haven't been pretty extra points either.
No, they haven't.
This will be interesting. They've been a work in progress sometimes. The left-footed kicker here.
Bice will hold for Ruge. Here's the snap. Kick is up and good. We're tied, folks.
Well, number 7 and number 8, what else did you expect, Dar?
Yep.
What a football game.
3:46 to play. And we got the replay. Here comes the replay of that touchdown.
He was stopped.
Yep.
That was just great effort that time.
Here comes Cook into the pile, looking for room. He spins it outside. Touchdown. There it is. Just a good second effort by Cook, and again, a senior back. What do you expect out of him?
He's built like a little bit the way he ran that one, Ray Rice.
Yeah, he is. You're right.
He looked like Ray Rice on that play.
Yep. So 2-yard touchdown run. Bice has had a 9-yard run in the 3rd and a 2-yard run here to tie it up 28-28. And the key offense, the defense of Fort Dodge has kind of held them down here, Tony.
Hey, I'm going to tip my hat to these Fort Dodge Dodgers. This is where I thought Waukee could wear them out in the second half. It didn't happen. Fort Dodge, whether it's the momentum, that big when they got that turnover on downs, and the game has changed, and their defense is just taking control. And I think Bice has been the biggest game changer here tonight. He had to put it in his arm tonight because Cook's legs weren't going to get the job done. The Warriors defense did a great job against them.
Valley tried a 47-yard field goal. It was no good, and Valley falls to Ankeny Centennial 16-14. Here's the kick, and taken by the up man, and he'll get stacked up and ripped down, and you got to be careful. You might get a penalty for that's Heron took the kick there.
Well, here we go.
And returned it, so here comes the Waukee Warriors now with the tie ball game. 3:39 to play. They'll start out 1st and 10 at the 38.
Boy, whoever loses this game, it's going to be a tough night because this was a heck of a played game. Two teams, top 10 teams, definitely showing that they're going to be part of this playoff picture the way they played tonight.
That was an 80-yard drive by Fort Dodge to tie the ball game up. Here comes Firkin. He's got Rose to the left and Cade Penn to the right. Hands off to Lineman, the tailback. He comes around the corner, has some room, cuts across up for the first down. Lineman takes it outside, up the right side, and gets the corner turn and picks up the first down, I think.
5 carries, 32 yards now for Lineman.
Nope.
They're going to call him short.
Call him short of the first down, so they marked his foot out before he dove ahead. So bring up 2nd and 2 at the 46. And Ray back in there in the backfield now. Jake Morrison, the slot back. Cade Penn wide to the right. Rose, the inside receiver, on the right side. 3:32 to play. The clock stopped as he went out of bounds. And off to Ray. Left side.
No.
Gets stacked up. I think he got enough, though, forward progress, or they're going to mark him.
I'm not sure.
Well,
it's close.
Maybe not. He's kind of moving in toward first down. It's going to be short, 3rd and short, I believe.
Yes. His last 4 carries have totaled 1 yard.
3rd and 1. 3:12 to play here. The Dodgers looking to get another stop here in the 4th quarter.
The defensive front 7 for both Waukee and Fort Dodge have made the running game almost inept. It's on the arms of the quarterback, I believe, if you're going to win this football game.
Lineman back in there. Hand off to Lineman, right side. He got the first down and more. So Lineman comes in and plows ahead to get the first down.
He had a good burst of speed.
Yeah.
He wasn't stopping if somebody was in front of him, and he got a good line surge off that right side to get that 4 yards there.
So Lineman getting some good yards. Under 3 minutes to play now. Here tied at 28.
Remember, Waukee already used 1 of their 3 timeouts. Fort Dodge still all 3 timeouts remaining.
Rose to the left, Penn to the right in motion. Fake to Ray, looking for Rose on the right side. Now back across to Morrison. And Morrison still going, grinding down, and is thrown down inside the 20. Jake Morrison, hardly ever go to him, but they bring him off the slot inside. And Firkin hits him, and it's 1st and 10 at the 17.
12 for 22, 13 for 22 now for Firkin for 232 yards. And that was a big, big play. And I told you, it's going to be the arms of the quarterback to win this football game because the running game is gone. Both teams playing great against the run.
Except for a little bit, Firkin that last run. But, yeah, the yards are coming hard here.
Yeah.
So we got Penn and Rose to the left side. That's Morrison at the slot, and here's Lineman. Lineman looking for room outside. Oh, almost knocked down, and a good
get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe.
And also on defense, Keaton Jones. He's made some big plays tonight. Keaton Jones snuck in there and almost stacked it up.
Yeah, no gain.
2:02 to play. Clock is stopped. 2nd and 10 at the 17.
The last 5 running plays for Waukee, other than the 4-yarder by Linneman, were for a total of 5 yards.
So Ray back there in the backfield. Rose to the left, Penn to the right. Fake. Firkin going to keep it, but he's stacked up behind a line of scrimmage. Stacked up behind a line of scrimmage.
Willie Moritz, the first one, and then Sam Cook helped clean that one up.
Well, bring up 3rd down. Fort Dodge call a timeout with 1:55 to play. 3rd and 10 at the 17. Now we know that
3rd and 14 at the 7.
Or 3rd and
23.
14. Oh yeah, I got on the. Okay, at the 22. 3rd and 14 at the 22. Minute 55 to play. We know Skylar Crew has hit a 40-yard field goal this season. Right now they're, let's see, at the 22. Add 7, that's 29
about
plus 10 is 39. About a 40-yarder.
And their wind is minimal at best. The flag lane's limp there on the north end of the football field, so the wind will not be the factor in this.
But if you're Waukee, you'd like to either get the first down or a few more yards on it here. As Fort Dodge called the timeout. What a wild one here tonight. 28 all, 1:55 to play.
Well, can we answer one question? There was one question answered tonight. We knew Fort Dodge did what they were supposed to do against the opponents they did. They put their statement on those games. But the question mark was, how good really were they? We knew Waukee had played a great schedule. This is a good Fort Dodge team.
So here we come. Rose and Penn to the left. Daniel Ray in the backfield with Firkin. Fake to Ray, rolls out, throws back the other way on the screen to Ray, and he's going to be found short of the first down.
15-yard line. 15-yard line, I think.
And I think Fort Dodge called another timeout. They're trying to preserve some time here in case Waukee does score. They'll have another shot at it. So ball down to the 15. They picked up 8, or
7 yards on that play to the 15.
Yeah,
So
to the 15. So right there, that'd be a 32-yard field goal.
again, Ankeny Centennial with a mild upset tonight. They knocked off West Des Moines Valley 16-14 at Tiger Stadium tonight. The Jags with a big victory there. So don't give the Valley Tigers their district title. Centennial's just made a big statement tonight.
We got District 4 on the line right here. The lead in District 4. We're tied at 28 apiece. Fort Dodge and Waukee with 1:45 to play. Fort Dodge used their second timeout. They have one left. We'll see what Waukee decides to do. Do they try to kick the field goal for the lead? Or, Skylar Crew is out. He's going to tee it up there put the tee at the 22-yard line. And
from the right hash mark,
Rose will hold for Skylar Crew. He's 2 of 6 field goals as long as 40. Here's the snap. The kick is up. No good. Wide left, no good. The Dodgers will get the ball back with 1:41 to play. Game tied.
Did they get the football from where it was kicked, correct? Or did they change that rule?
No, that goes to the 20, doesn't it?
Oh, that's right. It went out of the end zone. No, my bad.
On the high school, it still goes back to the 20.
But if it didn't get out in the end zone, then it goes back to where the kick was at. Yeah, I'm just not. Because I remember I got messed up one time on that. I'm like, why are they bringing the ball back out? Or the ball never reached the end zone. So you get the ball where it was kicked from.
So a missed 32-yard field goal.
Well, let's see what the passing game here is. I mean, both Bice has been red hot. He's got 218 yards on 19 of 27. Firkin has 14 of 23 for 239.
Twins to each side. Here's Bice dropping back. Throws it out for Kalasha. Whoa, he can't get to it. If he caught that, he could have been gone. Just can't get to it, a little long. Up the sideline to Kalasha.
Could have and would have been gone. Could have, would have, should on that play. Oh, my goodness.
2nd and 10. Dodger fans here down in front of us on their feet. Hoping their team can pull it out to go to 8-0 and take the lead in the district. Twins to each side. Here's Bice. Fakes it. Hand goes up the middle. But himself faked it to Cook and then gets about 3 yards up the middle. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 7.
This may be one of those points where they said, we took our shot there, we missed it, and let's just play for overtime.
Well, Bice's speed, too. Who knows? Maybe they think they're going to pass, and if he can bust one up the middle. 3rd and 7 at the 23. Twins to each side again for Bice. That's Cook in the backfield. Fort Dodge, you see in the white on the left of your screen. Dropping back under pressure. Heavy pressure, rolling. Throws back across. Picked off by Rose. Rose picks it off.
And that's why you can't do that.
Picked off by Rose. Holy cow. Adam Rose, the 6'2", 180-pound senior, picks it off. 54 seconds to play, 54.1. And Waukee's back in action here. 2 timeouts.
They just missed that field goal from
32 yards.
32 yards out. So
this would be, but here you can take a couple shots in the end zone with 2 timeouts.
Let's see what Firkin can do with his arm here, because it's going to be on his arm. They still have 2 timeouts left with 54 seconds.
Penn wide to the right, Rose to the left. Morrison on the slot on the left. Firkin throws it deep. He's got wide open.
Oh, he got it.
Touchdown! No, he dropped it. He dropped it. That was shot. He dropped it.
Oh, my
Looked like he had it, but he dropped it. Holy cow. Shutt looked like he had it, but he was pulled away by the defender. Holy man. Shutt broke free from that tight end spot and had it. Looked like going into the end zone, but it was pulled away.
Boy.
2nd and 10.
Both teams have had some very big missed opportunities. There was one right there. The field goal just moments ago. The other side, Colasia, he was wide open. Looked like he was gone for 6. Just couldn't catch up to the football. Some big missed opportunities down the stretch.
Here we go. Rose and Penn to the left. They bring in a receiver far on the right side. I think that is Grodhouse. Dropping back across the middle. The Penn. He's hit hard, but he gets the 1st down. That'll stop the clock. And Waukee still has 2 timeouts, 41.3 seconds to play. And Penn limping a little bit. He took a hard shot in the middle.
It was going one way, and the tackle went the other.
I don't know, was that Cook that hit him?
Oh.
Clock rolling, 35 seconds to play, and timeout called by Waukee.
Right now it would be a 37-yard field, 38-yard field goal attempt, the way it's setting. So, and just got on missing a 32. Had the leg, but missed it wide.
Just wide to the, it's on that right hash mark, which you pointed out right before the kick, and you just try to pull it back a little too far the other way.
Yep.
35 seconds to go. Clock stop 28 all here at Waukee.
Firkin now 17 of 25, 252 yards unofficially. On the other side, Bice 19 of 29 for 218 yards. Cook, who came in, was the leading rusher in the state in 4A, has 63 yards on 21 carries, but 2 touchdowns, but he also fumbled the ball away twice. Colacio, one of the top receivers, has 10 catches for 77 yards for Fort Dodge. On the other side, Rose has 5 catches for 108 yards and a touchdown to lead Waukee.
And the big interception by Rose.
And Ray has 18 carries for 69 yards, and been harder in yards on the ground for both teams tonight.
Yeah.
The passing game, Firkin and Bice have been outstanding, keeping their teams in the football game offensively. Hats off to both defenses out there tonight.
So
it has been a fantastic game.
They put 2.3 seconds back on the clock to make it 37.3 to go. Grotehouse wide to the left. Penn and Rose to the right. Here comes Penn in motion. Fakes it, gives it to Daniel Ray. Cuts up the middle inside the 15. So they got a timeout left. We'll see if they try to run a play quick. They're going to line up and try to run another one. 25 seconds and counting.
Oh, they're taking too much time looking at the sideline for this one.
Rose and Penn to the left. Grotehouse wide to the right. Ray's in the backfield, shut the tight end. Hand off to Ray. Drives up the middle. They're going to get it down in about the 10. 12 seconds to go. Looks like
12 big yards there by the offense to get this field goal attempt going with 12.1. So Crew will get a second chance, and this time the ball will be marked pretty much near the middle of the field toward more the left hash mark this time.
So that'll be about a 27-yarder if you give 7 for the snap.
29-yarder. Yeah, 28, 29, 27, 28-yarder, yep.
12.1 seconds to play, 28 all here. Waukee now with the ball.
Fort Dodge does have 1 timeout remaining, so when Waukee comes out there, they may go ahead and do that freeze the kicker call with the timeout with 12.1. But no matter what here tonight, the team who wins this one earned it, and the team who leaves here tonight with a loss, hard loss to take, but a lot of things to learn because both teams had opportunities that went away. Both teams made some mistakes they need to clean up. There were some penalties, but overall, an outstanding football game, Dar.
So, Crew missed a 32-yarder for the right hash here earlier. Now this will set up right in the middle of the field, as you said. They ran it with Ray. Going to set that at what,
about a 28-yarder? Between the hash marks 18. Of the 27 and 28.
12.1 seconds to go, and there's the timeout by Fort Dodge to ice it.
You knew that was
Tonight's
coming.
ball brought to you by Bob Oliver Heating and Cooling. Our goal is to deliver the best customer service with over 20 years and 4 generations of professional service. Bob Oliver Heating and Cooling, 115 12th Street, West Des Moines. Also by CenturyLink, the official internet provider of CISN.TV. Act fast and download even faster with CenturyLink. So, also should tell you, G&L Clothing, a real clothing store with real people selling regular big and tall clothing for almost a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll in Des Moines, another sponsor for tonight's game.
Had a good time tonight, Dar. It was great working with you.
Yeah, you too. Well, who knows?
We might have overtime.
I might have another one here, you know.
I wouldn't want to be that kicker. That's the toughest.
Well, he is 2 of 7 on the season, including a miss here tonight.
You could care less about all that now. This is it. This will be the last.
If
the last one's
you're the hero, aren't you?
Yeah. If it's good, the last one's what you're going to remember.
So they'll set it up at the 19 to be a 29-yarder for the win. 2.1 seconds. Here's the snap, the kick. It's up. It is good.
8 seconds, though, still left on the clock.
8 seconds on the clock. 8.1 on the clock. Makes it 31-28 here. And I got a feeling a squib kick is coming on, Tony.
Yeah, at least the pooch kick down the middle of the field. Maybe not so much on the. You don't want to give, Hail Mary. You don't want to give Bice a chance for a Hail Mary. He can throw the football. You might want to kind of kick a squibber between, like, down the rear to the 30-yard line.
Second level there, yeah. And then tell everybody come down in your lanes and stay with it. So the 31-yard field goal is good. And 31-28, or 29-yard field goal makes it 31-28 here with 8.1 seconds to go. Waukee will kick it off. Oh boy, that turnover big late by
Great
Rose.
football game, though. Great football game tonight.
And, I think the Dodgers have answered whether they can come in on the home field of a team that's rated and play them toe-to-toe here tonight.
Everybody who said they hadn't played anybody, so they're really not as good as everybody thinks they are.
Yeah.
Forget that.
They've answered it
this
here tonight.
This is a good football team. And Waukee's a good football team, and they've battled it out for this district title, and right now Waukee owns that right here in District 4.
So they're set up to kick it off. We'll see what they do if they squib it. Skylar Crew got another second chance at it and hit it to put them up. Here we go. Here's the kick. Squibber down the middle. Oh, you hop on it. Good hop on it. Caden Preston picks it up back about the 6-yard line, looking for some room outside. Now run around, he goes down, stops with 2.3 seconds to go.
Yeah, no Hail Mary is going to be thrown from 90 yards away, so that's why I said that squib kick is better than that little onside stuff.
And they got the perfect bounce.
Yeah.
It bounced right over that second level, and then Caden Preston had to handle it. 2.3 seconds to go here.
Well, they've thrown some kitchen sinks at each other tonight. It's going to take a kitchen sink play to win this one.
Several haymakers, too,
Yeah.
They've gotten up off each time and come back right at it.
Yeah.
Fort Dodge.
And right now, Waukee's got 4 defenders back at the 50-yard line and 2 more around at the 40, so they're playing way back here, not allowing anything. The front 4 guys are going to probably just make sure the quarterback has to throw the football sooner than later.
0.3 seconds to go. Here's Bice. Sends trips to the left side. One receiver to the right. Throws it out there. Look for the hook and lateral here, maybe. Bowser looking. Now they throw it all the way back across the field. That's another forward pass to Cook.
End of the game.
Yep, that'll be the penalty. Clock is run out. And now they're still rolling around. Bice with it. Throws it back to
Rugby.
Rugby going the other way. Mosley breaks across and back again, and it's going to go out of bounds.
That was
and that'll
fun to
be
watch,
the ball game. It was kind of fun to end that. Yeah.
How do you call that?
I don't know. Can we get a replay on that one? Yeah. What a ball game, folks. The final here. Waukee comes out in the slugfest, 31-28 over Fort Dodge. Can we see that last play here again on the kickoff and see what happened? Here it comes back. And we'll have a couple laterals here and there. And still running around with it. Back the other way. And not really gaining anything. And there was a flag down because they had a forward pass there back to Cook. And then it goes out of bounds. So the final 31-28. And
Skylar Crew, the big field goal after missing one just moments earlier.
Missed a 32-yarder to the left, and then they came back off the Adam Rose interception, took it at the 33, got it down. He kicks a 29-yarder with 8.1 seconds to go. Post-game brought to you by Godfather's Pizza. Get a medium taco pizza or medium one-topping pizza and a cinnamon dessert pizza for $24.99. And we get a chance here. We can maybe look at a few of the replays here of the scoring plays, but let's run down what happened here tonight. In the first quarter, Fort Dodge came out, returned the opening kickoff to the 45-yard line, and then got a 15-yard Cook run with from 15 yards out with 9:38 to play. And Fort Dodge took the early lead on the Sam Cook touchdown run, 7-0. Then Cade Penn came back with 25 seconds to play, a 1-yard run, and that made it 7-7. Waukee then with 7:11 to play. It was Firkin to Lineman, a 37-yard touchdown pass. And that was the second pass of the game. Let's go back to, can you get that one there, Steve? The second one here. And we'll run that one for you.
The second touchdown.
Second touchdown. Is this it? Okay, yep, this will be, is this the run? I think it is. Yep, from Cade Penn on the 1-yard touchdown run. You'll see it here. Penn setting up on the left, number 25 in the dark uniform. They hand off to him right over the right side, cuts it in for the touchdown. And that made it 7-7 with the extra point. We'll move ahead then into the second quarter with 7:11 to go, and here's the touchdown pass. This was Firkin to Lineman. You see Lineman lined up in the backfield, and you'll see him kind of go out and go up the field. See, takes the fake there. Now he goes up the field. They left him untouched. Takes the pass into the end zone for the touchdown from 37 yards out. PAT was good, and that made it 14-7. Moved on into the second quarter. An 84-yard drive by Fort Dodge. And that culminated with this Bice to Mosley 10-yard touchdown pass. And Mosley breaks to the corner of the end zone, and he ends up all alone there. Great camera work there by Dan as he catches him all alone there in the end zone and catches it for the touchdown with 5:02 to play. Still in the second quarter, we had the Firkin to Rose combination, as it was a 28-yard touchdown pass. Roll that one off the 64-yard drive. Drops back, he goes straight to the corner, and a beautiful pass over the defender. Great catch by Rose. PAT was good, and it's Waukee 21-14. Moved into the third quarter to look like, Tony, that Waukee was going to stretch it out a little bit as they came out and took it down 73 yards here, culminating in this Daniel Ray run from 10 yards out. We'll see as they set up here. And here we go. Hand off to Ray. He plows through there and keeps going, churning the feet and scores. Looked like Waukee was kind of taking control, 28-14. But Fort Dodge got some defensive stops, and they come back with 2:44 to go in the third period. And Fort Dodge will get back on the board here with the Bice to Kalasha touchdown. See there, drops back, throws it. Kalasha does a little bit of that on his own, dives for the end zone, crosses, and that made it 28-21. Another defensive stop, some big ones, Tony, there in the second half for Fort Dodge.
Yep.
And we go back with 3:46 to play here. We'll see Bice running it in from 2 yards out. And here's the tying touchdown coming up. And here we go. That's Bice, number 16. Oh, that was a pass out, wasn't it? That was a great catch, yeah. That was a great catch there by Mosley to set it up.
Wasn't it Cook who carried that, Sam Cook, in the last carry in?
Was it?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Was it Cook?
41.
Oh, yep. You could be right on the 2-yard line. We'll see it here. Here we go.
Here's one that looked like Ray Rice. The bounce off the tackle to the end zone to the corner.
That's why I said, yeah. Okay, here we go. You're right. That was Cook. The good second effort there. He bounces in the pile, bounces it outside, touchdown. That made it 28-28. And then it ended up with 8.1 seconds to go. Skylar Crew missed the 32-yarder, Tony, Looked like, okay, Fort Dodge is set up to go down and win it, but Adam Rose picks it off. They get it at 33, move it down a little bit, and with 8.1 seconds to go, Crew kicks the winning field goal here, and it's 31-28 win for Waukee.
Yeah, I'll give you some final numbers here for Waukee. Firkin, unofficially by my count, was 17 of 25 for 252 yards tonight. Had a 37-yard touchdown strike included and another 28-yard touchdown strike included, so 2 touchdowns in the ball game. On the carrying side of things, Ray carried the ball 20 times for 81 yards. Linneman had 7 carries for 34, 4 carries for 57 yards for Penn, including a 2-yard touchdown run, but he also had that one big 53-yard run in the ball game. Firkin had 5 carries for 4 yards, and Rose had a carry for 11 yards. On the receiving end, Morrison had that big catch for 32 yards, his only catch of the night. Penn, 2 catches for 13 yards. Ray had a catch for 7. Rose, 5 catches for a touchdown and 108 yards. And Linneman with a 37-yard TD catch. Grothaus had 2 catches for 35 yards. Shutt, a catch for 14 yards in the ball game. For Fort Dodge, Johnny Bice was 19 of 29 for 218 yards. He had an interception late, and he also had a 2 touchdown passes in the ball game. For Cook, Sam Cook tonight, tough night, but he did score twice. He did fumble twice. He had 21 carries for 63 yards. Mosley, 2 carries for 6 yards. Bice had 6 carries for 47 yards. On the receiving end, Kalashia, 10 catches for 77 yards. Botholt, 2 catches for 12. Mosley had a touchdown catch, and he had 5 catches overall for 61 yards. Bowser had 2 catches for 60 yards, and Cook had 2 catches for 40 yards tonight for Fort Dodge.
Okay, so the final here tonight, 31-28 Waukee. Waukee goes to 4-0 in District 4, 6-2 overall. First loss of the season for the Dodgers. They fall to 3-1 in District 4, 7-1 overall. The Dodgers will host Urbandale next week. Waukee travels up to Mason City. That's going to wrap it up here tonight from Waukee. Again, the final, Waukee 31, Fort Dodge 28.
The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guys, they think they know what's special.